Congratulations, we've successfully gotten to stream. Good
We
job,
are
guys.
only like 6 minutes late.
Yeah.
Because somebody
It's not that
refused
bad,
to play Star
actually.
Rail, so.
I mean, we were waiting on somebody, so that didn't
Yeah,
hurt.
no, that piece of shit.
I know, right?
Yeah, that is one named, what was it? Leon the Destroyer.
I don't
Yeah,
know who you're
creator.
talking about. I've never heard that name before.
Huh.
I'm here in Roll20, and there seems to be a couple people missing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in. I'm in. I had issues logging into Roll20, I won't lie. I'm stupid.
The end of Roll20 right now? That's super weird.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God.
Aw, Crow's one of my top chatters. Oh,
Aww.
Aww.
Friendship.
I realized I used to be one of
Leon? I
Rion's
meant
top
to shout
chatters,
out Obi-Wan.
and
Yeah.
then I just started joining too many streams and I lost the position.
Oh yeah, I need Stitch's stats.
Submit your ideas for TwitchCon Europe. Blood fight.
They just have to. So we're gonna play Blood Bowl, but not the tabletop game. We're gonna play like the game that
Legit.
tabletop game is in real life.
Legit.
Look like Twisted
Location
Metal,
of
the
Minnesota,
movie.
that's close enough.
Twisted Metal Twitch edition.
Bruh, that'd be cool.
Twitched Metal.
Alright.
Twitched
I'm
Metal.
in. I'm in.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good
Stitch
title.
is here to party.
You say that and I love your like squirrel just like eh.
Such a groovy little friend.
I need to make a new emote. Like I need my yes sir to be sluttier. I don't.
Your yes, sir.
Yeah.
Your what?
You know, yes sir. My my emote, the one that's like the tongue sticking
I
out.
can't make a little dude.
Little guy.
I'll work harder to
Oh,
make sure I update
Shane.
what I look like.
She's adorable. I
Alright.
want to kick him into an ocean, but he's like 6 feet tall.
No wait, weren't we all short?
No.
Yes,
Except for Rion?
Yeah.
everyone but Rion. No, wait. No, half the party's short.
Yeah, Shade was normal.
Shade is, yeah.
I'm not
Okay,
saying
but yeah.
people below 5 feet are not normal height, but if you're
But
below
that's what
3
he's saying.
feet, you're below normal.
If you're below 3 feet, you're really short.
Yeah, something's really unique about your genetic makeup, and
if
I
you
need to
are-
meet you.
Technically, by D&D standards, you're a completely different species from everyone else.
Honestly, I'm gonna put this out there, and if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. But if you are 2 feet or less tall, please get in contact with me. It's not a crime what I need you to do, but it might be a crime.
It's not a crime, but it might be a crime.
It could possibly be
don't do
a
it.
crime.
I'm not saying we'll commit crimes, but
It's
lasers
up to
only go
interpretation.
like 4 feet high.
So we need to find someone who is 2 feet tall, so we can launch them into the exhaust pipe of the Death Star. No questions asked.
2 meters tall. That's no bigger than a womp rat.
Womp rat. How convenient.
Yeah, I live on
Okay.
a desert planet. There's nothing to do here than masturbate and shoot small animals.
And race cars. Race fighter jets. But yeah. So, last time on Curse of Strahd. Does anyone else want to do the recap, or you want me to do it?
Last time on
Curse
Curse
of
of Strahd,
Strahd.
I hung out at a fire and told stories
Make friends.
and made friends. That's what
People
I did.
screwed around with a crying girl for a long time.
Yeah,
That
all of
too.
y'all just freaking out because someone's crying.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard somebody screwing around with a crying girl and it not turn up sad.
It's still kind of sad.
I mean, I threw money at her. It's her fault for not being reasonable.
Oh yeah, I also literally got carried by Rion like the whole session.
Because you're short.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to walk.
And you don't feel like walking, so you just follow along with whatever bullshit the tall person's doing.
What was that meme I
Yep.
sent you, Rhett? That I'm an emotional support turtle.
Did we forget anything?
I think that's it.
As far as I'm aware, you guys finally made it into Barovia last session. You
Mhm.
went through Barovia Village. Coco met the Burgomaster of Barovia Village.
I did.
Yeah.
And y'all noticed this woman was crying. I think the only person who actually got any details as to, well, no, Coco got it from a second party, and then Rion just walked up to her, threw some money at her, told her it'll be fine, and left.
Oh, we also met. You guys met the big Mark and Burgermeister.
Yes, Ismark is the Burgomaster of
And-
Barovia Village.
Yeah, now we need to visit. My last note is Madame Ava. She is a skilled fortune teller and totally not a lady of the night.
Depends on what you consider a lady of the night.
A mystical stripper that could tell me my future while performing the upside down twirl.
I just realized if someone had the interest, they could make Curse of Strahd extra horny, but I'm not that person.
I mean, we.
I haven't done laundry yet, so I'd rather not.
It's already a big enough problem.
Yeah, I just see like on the map, you just see this one girl surrounded by 5 horses. So, like, yeah, you could really do it easily with Curse of Strahd.
Technically, Strahd has like 3 wives. Man fucks.
Oh, I've seen that movie, Van Helsing.
And weirdly enough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
weirdly accurate to how this game turns out most of the time. A mess.
Yes, and I will land on CC's face.
Pardon me while I set the scene.
Ooh, we have cards. Oh,
Yes.
they're clickable. I'm not going to click it.
Don't you fucking click my cards. Those are my cards, Rion.
Wait, can we actually click the card?
Yeah,
I don't
we can.
know.
I see that it gives me the option to move them.
Oh,
If you move my fucking cards, I will flip you. Oh yeah. So. Life.
Let me just move my
Delightful as that
mouse.
sounds.
Just turn my mouse off.
Yeah, I'm just me flipping Rion like a plan cake. Let's
Getting
get
the
to-
itches, man. You should have told me not to do it. Now I want to do it. Get Jones in bed, man.
Touch it, but I want to touch it.
Yeah, you guys have been told to, if you find a second, to go and visit Madame Ava. She's a powerful fortune teller, able to help you find your fortunes and your fate in Barovia, and maybe help you get done some important things. And I told you to wait until next session because I didn't remember what the Taroko reading was. Yeah, this game is a copy of a game I was running for some other people because I did not want to have to fully set up the stupid jukebox. That thing's a bastard to set up and find all the music you want. So I just copy pasted the entire module over, and so I had to reset the card reading. Fair note. You can make the card reading completely random. It can completely screw over the players. So we don't.
But that sounds like fun.
I've seen it happen to where all 5 cards of the reading are in places that are so difficult to get to that you would have to level up several times to get there. And the problem is, if you're running milestones, leveling up is hard when all of your milestones are in high-level areas.
I mean, couldn't we just, like, clap our hands 3 times? Isn't that a milestone enough of learning rhythm?
Nope. But yeah, Cool Cat, imagine it like this. It's the general idea of every single item to level up your character being in the final boss dungeon.
Yeah. We
And
could
you
just, like,
gain no levels or equipment during the rest of the game.
Can we cast ninth level spell?
Not until you go into the Doom place and find all the Doom items to, seal your Doom. Yeah,
well,
so-
like,
think
it would be
think
great.
that power spike.
Yeah, so there are solid
Yeah, use
reasons.
Power Spike.
Yeah,
Huge
so there's
payout at the end.
there are very solid reasons why I do not randomize the game, because it can be difficult. Or just impossible. I have accepted impossible as an option. But yeah, you guys been told to go off and get your fortune read by an old lady.
All right.
Hello, old lady.
Yeah,
Hey,
that-
old lady.
like Stanimir, I'm pretty sure that's his name. He motions over to a like a cute little like a tent off to the side, which I'm pretty sure was in that last map.
Yeah.
Because I just happened to be
Closer
standing right
together.
outside of it.
I do remember me and
We'll just come back over here for like 2 seconds so I can point at the tent.
I remember
there.
a key plot point to last session was
Thing.
there were no survivors.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
all
yeah,
of
I
the stories
forgot
were
about
shared.
that.
There
Oh
were
yeah,
no
this tent
survivors.
over here is the one that Stanimir's just like, yeah, you can go over to this tent and she'll read your future. Look at all these horses.
That's a lot of fucking horses.
To be fair, it
I'm
feels like
gonna-
there's more of them because they're huge.
Rion, what's your character's name?
Yordle. Like Yordle.
Yordle? Okay. Either way, Stitch is gonna turn and just kind of go effectively like, I want uppies without saying that. And just holding arms out and waiting.
Use
for
your
Yordle
words.
to pick them up.
I'll just grab Ben Affleck by the neck and just put him on my Put it on my shoulder.
You don't call my character Stitch.
Do you know what
Whatever
time
name
it
is
is?
appropriate at the time. But yeah, are y'all gathering your ranks to go and ogle or talk to an old lady?
Did you say ogle the
Wait, is ogling an option?
Just
I mean,
sitting out
yeah.
there giving her trying to riz up the old lady.
Yeah, while you guys are doing
mysterious
that, I'm gonna
old
actually go
lady.
find the character art for Madame Ava. Because I feel like that might
Is
actually be
the
very
tarot
useful.
card reader, like, you're gonna have a good future, right?
Pardon me, I'm looking for art. Purchases from the marketplace. Curse of Straud art pack. I'm figuring out how to navigate slowly but surely. Oh,
As
hey,
they're
Rion
slowly but
redeemed
surely
something.
changing it.
You have to do it during the reading.
No, I'm not doing it during the reading. That'll ruin the mood.
That's why I put
Oh.
it.
No, too bad. We're not making Madame Ava go, well? That's not fucking happening. You're not making this the sage old fortune teller go ooh woo. That's not how it's gonna work.
She's a
But she
lolly.
could.
She's a lolly.
Does she have a voice box?
I mean, I will flip all of you. There will be no survivors.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Ooh,
There's so many
Little did
different.
we know we're not playing on Roll20 where Tiny has us secretly all on tabletop sim and is literally gonna flip the table on us.
I mean, the temptation is very much not there. Now, where the fuck is Madame Ava? Oh, there's the old lady. Is there not a better, like, just a normal art of her?
No, Jacket. She's not a goodie. She's an oldie and a baddie.
Actually,
That
because
is a
I'm not
really
a
good
viewer.
goodie.
Oh wow, it is all token artwork. Neat. I love the fact that there's some characters who get like full artwork and then others are just like, yeah. Scooting my way on up.
Whoop.
I love the fact there's two different versions of this one token. Alrighty, so for all intents and purposes, I'm just gonna scoot this. Excuse me. How do I? Oh, I guess I have to pull it out of the GM layer.
I'm just gonna say this real quick to
Maybe not.
Paige. I'm super proud of you for doing basketball on 3-on-3 court for Special Olympics for the past 7 years now. That's great for you, but does anybody else that's a streamer here just see stuff like that and they're just like, God damn,
There she is.
I need to move. I'm so sedimentary, I'm more ball than man.
Oh yeah, this token right here, that's Madame Ava. She is a...
Man, Eva.
I am
She's a
still
creature.
on the old page.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah, we're on the
Yeah,
old
yeah,
page. I
she's
just
there. She's
actually
in the corner of the
activated her
tent.
token.
Let me see.
Okay,
Oh,
yes, then
there
I
it
see
is.
her. Why does she look evil?
I don't know.
Like
I
to
wonder
roll
why.
I'd like to suss her out.
Okay, wait. Look at her
Give
face.
me a minute. I'm gonna actually find a good image to share with you because I think that's important.
If you look at her
The
face,
full image.
You'll
she
hear
looks
it.
like she can ooh woo. Why would we not get an ooh woo?
she looks like underneath the table. All you hear is like.
Rion!
What's that noise? The spirits! Oh, they're coming.
And this is why we don't trust Rio.
I know. This is why I'm staying quiet. I'm sorry.
I mean, I did totally expect Rion's comment earlier to be like, good for them for doing
no,
that,
that's not
but
right.
I don't care.
No. The more
So-
somebody
Why
exercises,
is
the
that
more
in
I'm
the
just like,
Curse of
God, I
Strahd
should be
folder? I
exercising more.
wonder. Large icons, that'll help.
Rion is crazy. I don't think he's ruthless.
Okay, cool.
I give respect where it's due. If you've done something respect worthy, I respect it.
Yeah.
But if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. There's nothing I can do about that. Like, you fecked up your
Hardly.
life. It's not my fault.
What the fuck?
Game recognized game.
Garbage recognizes garbage. So when I see garbage, I'm like, you're a piece of shit.
There we go. So yeah, this is Madame Ava.
Alright.
Oh, hello, Madam Ava. Why, hello there.
Damn, what them hands do?
But yeah, no, she's just don't worry about it. But yeah,
Give me a second. Page. Sorry,
I'm just
continue,
gonna-
guys. I'll be quiet.
I'm just gonna slowly cram all of you into this one little space. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Hey, everyone fits.
Nice.
Nice. Is Rion gone, or is he just quiet?
No, I was, Paige was asking who Cool Cat
Ah.
was, so I shouted out Cool
Cool.
Cat.
Okay. And Miss Scooch. Okay, so let's get on to the main event.
Da 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 da
But
da
yeah.
da da.
Yeah, you wrangle yourselves together to go and get your fortune told because, you know, if the old dude who brought you guys here told you it'd be a good idea. Let me actually make sure I'm on the correct page so we're all on the same page. Yeah, that's how I should say it. Yep. So,
Hmm.
I'm gonna scooch this over. Can y'all hear the ambience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
So yes, magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of the tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last, you have arrived. Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips.
Nope, I'm just gonna step out.
Okay, that is your choice.
As I have been picked up by Yordle, I am also outside of the tent now.
Okay, so two of you have left the card reading.
Yeah, I just-
I'll give it 5 minutes and I'll go back in.
Yordle, why are we out here?
Bitch, crackling lightning or wait, what'd you say, Tiny? That she had crackling electricity or what?
Oh no, she cackled loudly.
Oh, cackled loudly. I misheard a
Okay.
word and my brain just went dyslexic. No reason, sorry, fresh air. I go back in.
Alrighty. But yeah, she offers each of you, like, she offers you guys a place to, like, offers you a seat on the little cushions around the table. And proceeds to take a seat of her own. Just looking at each one of you, she says, "So it seems you've been brought to this land. And each of your fates now entwined with it." And then I'm going to sneak over because I forgot very important information over here.
Oh no, oh my.
Yes, brought by the temptation of good deals. And I've already
Yay.
made one.
All the good deals, the best deals, the bestest of
Bestest
deals.
of deals.
No better deals to be found. Only the best of them. What?
Yordle,
Hmm.
What is Yordle doing?
Huh?
do you trust this lady?
Okay.
Yours just kind of staring off into nothing and just, huh? What? No, yeah, no. Yeah. Fortune tellers are always weird. She's probably gonna say one of us is gonna fall in love, one of us is gonna find money, one of us will die, that I should get
I
that
would
mole
like to
checked
be the
out.
one to find money.
Huh? Yeah, sure, we could always use money.
No, me, not us. Me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Me. I could always use some money.
Alrighty. But yeah, Madame Ava gets settled into her seat, little old lady. She puts her crutch aside and begins to look around the table. Her gaze first lying on Coco. And she chuckles to herself for a moment before saying, "Ah, an artisan. One who knows great of the wine and the beverages. All the things that flow true through our land. Hopefully you will have much to learn from the people here who live off drink and merriment, what little they can find. Hopefully you will make a good mark on this place, though that is if you make it very far." And her gaze moves along, eyeing the rest of the party, and she lands her gaze on Yordle, and kind of raises a brow. An odd little creature. Quite far from the rips and tides where you should be. Though I guess even those with the greatest aspirations will find themselves humbled eventually. I'm sure you'll fare quite well here, as there are many who choose to follow their own darker interests in this land. We'll see how well you take to the place, and hopefully the temptations will not drag you to ruin.
Did she just say I should stab somebody?
I think
Maybe.
so.
Her gaze moves over to Otsuk, and she seems to nod respectfully in your direction. Nodding, smiling softly and says,
"Okay, I give cuddles."
"Dear sister,
But
I
I'm
hope you
still the
find this land
darkness.
to be to your liking. I think you'll find many who share your interests in the arts. And maybe you'll learn a few things of how flesh and bone is tied together. After all, so many of us are tied to the land. It itself is steeped deeply in blood and its own misery." She finally turns her gaze to Stitch. And she stares for a long, somber moment, and she seems, actually, Stitch, make an insight check for me.
Sure. I want it to be on the record that Stitch is just like smiling and dead staring at her, excited to hear what fabulous where's my insight? Fabulous news she's going to share.
But yeah, as this, elderly woman looks at you, you can see there's almost a tenderness and warmth in her gaze. She nods slowly and says, "Ah, dear child, so many voices to be heard, and I'm hoping you will learn much about yourself in these lands. There's not many who are like you in your world, but I assure you there's one in this realm that is very much like you. And I hope you can find companionship in that knowledge."
Someone
She-
knows who I am?
She stretches a bit and rolls her shoulders, as if getting ready to do something mildly strenuous. Or this is the part where she begins to read your fortune, and I'm going to have to open some tabs.
Hell yeah.
Come here, bitches.
That was in a very aggressive way to open a tab.
I know. I am amazing like this. I have to let you know.
I just heard
I
your
am like-
computer say, no, no, I don't consent.
No.
Not like this, Tiny.
Not like this. Jacket
Oh, yeah, I can
Yordle
close
doesn't
this tab.
intimidate people. He just kind of like exists. I
Exists.
don't know what he does.
But yeah, she shuffles her deck of from beneath the table, she pulls up a worn wooden box, gently running her hands over the top, and opening it to reveal a velvet-lined interior with a deck of cards. She pulls them out and gives them a quick shuffle, her hands much more agile than you would expect from a old crone like herself. But she shuffles the cards with utmost care before, one at a time offering the deck to each of you, so you could take a card, and she tells you to set it down in a cross formation. And of course, since there's only 4 of you, she places the 5th card herself.
I want to place the card on the bottom.
On the bottom.
Since I'm always on Yordle's shoulder, I think I would be the one tallest.
Well, beans.
I guess I'll choose the middle then. Apparently that makes sense.
I will choose rolling big die.
Rolling big die.
Stop. I will choose the one on the right.
But yeah, once your cards have been settled into their proper places, she begins to flip the cards, starting with the first one. Flippity flop, flip flop, flip.
Ah, shit, the
This-
worst.
This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. She flips the card to reveal the tax collector, the 8 of, I believe, that little jerk. Oh, yes, the 8 of coins.
Boy.
But yeah, once she flips it, she says, "The Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release." Treasure.
Sure.
She
You have
moves
my
her.
attention.
She moves her hand over the next card, and begins. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope, and of course, Roll20 is a little bitch and will not let me flip a card because it goes off the edge. So we're gonna flip her here, put her back. But yes, the 5 of Swords, the Myrmidon. She scratches her chin. The treasure lies in a dragon's house, and hands once clean, but now corrupted. Yeah, you guys are getting some hints for some important treasure. Good job, guys.
Me sitting here going, dragon. Got it.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like the game. That's almost like the name of the game, Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
Roll
Who knew?
credits.
Oh yeah, she moves
Oh
her hand
shit,
over
that's
the
what I'm
3rd
playing?
card.
Damn it.
She moves her hand over the 3rd card and pauses for a moment and says, "This card is of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight." She flips the card and shows the Avenger, the 1 of Swords. The treasure lies... Oh wait, no, I accidentally skipped the wrong one. So, the Myrmidon is, look for a den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure belongs to Mother Night. So that was the 2nd one. This one is, the treasure lies at a dragon's house, in hands once clean, and now corrupted. And I'm gonna speak normally, because if I use Madame Ava's voice for this whole thing, it'll be so hard to hear.
I am so confused already. Something about a treasure, dragon treasure, and something about a...
A dragon.
Yeah, so you've
Yeah,
been
Coco
told
has
about...
to go fight a dragon.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
so
to
you've been told
figure...
about... So the first 3 cards are telling you about treasures. The first one is, she tells you that the Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release. And that it is a, that is something involving the history and knowledge of the ancient that will help you better understand your enemy. The second card is This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And this one, she tells you where it is by saying, look for a den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure belongs to Mother Night. The third treasure is said to be an item of power and strength. It is a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. And it can be found in a dragon's house, in hands once clean and now corrupted. And now we get to do the fourth card, which is one of my favorites.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, sweetie.
Aww. Sweet little munchkin.
I am not taking notes now. she's
That's
just
fair.
kind of. It's not
Got your
fair.
hands full.
Yeah.
You wrangling?
I'm a wrestling.
Wrestling?
Shh. Quiet.
Don't worry, Rion. You're a good boy.
Yes.
Alrighty, and for the fourth card. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And that is the Seer, the head card of crowns. Look for a desk elf living among the Vistani. He has suffered a great loss and is haunted by a dark dream. Help him, and he will help you in return.
Like, I am you. I am you. I
Cute.
am you.
Yes, Miash.
Cute little
You're killing the
gremlin.
mood. I'm hearing a gypsy tell me I'm about to die.
But yeah, and the final card, which she announces, your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. And she flips the card to find the mist. The card can't see where evil lurks. The mists obscure all. So she cannot tell you where your enemy is yet. But she assures you that if you come back for a rating, once you've collected more of the items, she'll be able to give you a better idea of where your fate is leading you.
Hmm. Cool.
Very cool.
Yes.
Neat.
So you have been given vague, mysterious instructions as to where to find a gaggle of treasures, a new friend, and maybe eventually where you're gonna punch someone in the face.
Say, yay, punch him in the face.
Faces.
Yeah.
No, don't punch me in the face.
Punch,
And
punch.
again.
She's just roaring over here.
One more gummy bunny head. But yeah,
Yordle's just gonna look around. This is nothing like those papers I get in cookies. This is kind of depressing.
There's papers and cookies?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'll be fair, I'm mildly surprised Yordle is aware of those papers, because I'm imagining Yordle would be the kind to just eat the entire thing.
I mean, I see bits of it lying like after the bite. Is there more?
Nope. But Madame Ava tells you, this is the fate that currently lies before you. Of course, the tides of fate may change, depending on your actions, or inactions, depending on the situation. But once you've gained the treasures, come back to me, and I will see if I can scry more information about your enemy.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I give her one of my good bread that's still
Okay.
left?
I mean, you can.
Okay, I'll give her a good bread and be like, okay.
Yay, good
Thank
job.
you.
You tipped the fortune teller. She takes the bread happily and thanks you for your kindness, and hopes that the fates may ever be in your favor.
Yordle, we should leave.
I know, that's why I tipped. And then I'm just gonna like slowly.
We're supposed to.
You tip and then you
Okay.
dip.
I mean, yeah, you always pay the help, and you always make sure that the people that tell you what the future is going to be are happy, or else they'll tell you it's bad future. That's why I didn't give them hard tack.
But
Never.
if they tell you that it's
No
bad
logic.
future, even if it's not bad future, aren't they lying?
I mean, you don't know, and if you die,
Die.
you get a refund. I'm just gonna leave.
Die.
Mhm.
Die.
That's how that works. Ryan, remind me to tell you eventually to tell you a story, because sometimes giving hardtack is the worst possible decision.
That's why I never give hardtack.
Yep.
Because it's an offense. You have to give the fluffy stuff.
Imagine trying to feed that to a dragon.
If you die, die, die.
There you go. Now you're getting into the spirit.
She's just... Everybody hears a tiny voice whisper on the wind.
You know what? We should tip. We should tip. You're right, friend.
Always tip your fortune tellers, because holy crap, do you not want to get cursed. But yeah, Standomir and the others are waiting outside, enjoying good drink, relaxing by the fire, and eating what food that they have around the camp.
Say goodnight, everybody. I'm gonna take you to mommy.
Well, I'm just chilling on Yordle's shoulder, so...
I gave turtle shoulder rides.
I'm just committed to hanging out with
like
Yordle unless Yordle puts me down.
Yeah, I'm cool. I don't mind.
I'm just waiting for Yordle to get bored and just chuck you.
I mean, it's like
kinda
having...
waiting for that moment too.
It's like having a tail gunner.
I'm chuckling you, Dad.
Okay, Mija. Go with mommy.
But yeah, what do you guys do for the rest of your night before, sleep time?
Rat has control of Yordle, basically. She'll point somewhere and she wants to go. I need to go take Gummy back. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yordle, let's go hear more stories about how they never returned. Because they all were
There are
dead.
never survivors, guys.
There were no survivors.
There were no survivors.
But
Oh yeah,
I
how
feel
do you
like
guys feel about your weird fortune-telling adventure?
I
feel like-
feel... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I feel like Stitch just is still... There's certain things that are too new for Stitch to really understand enough.
That's just
So
like,
at this point, Stitch is just happy to know there's someone like Stitch.
I just love the fact that none of you are perturbed by the fact that this random old lady in the middle of nowhere knows more about you than most of the other party members.
Didn't say anything to me.
Yeah, she just pointed out that you are a person you're an artisan who creates alcoholic spirits, and that Barovia is a land where people kind of live off of their alcohol.
So if you do a good job, you can make a bunch of money here.
I am in the best market possible.
Weirdly, yes. I'm pretty sure your competition is slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that one. Except for that one guy. Ooh. When I get my hands on them. Person I can't think of a name for.
that one dude.
That one dude who
That
has
guy.
plot against me.
Your
Dude, I have
plot.
a Strahd.
Your plot nemesis.
Could I just have Strahd be the person who spited me?
Somehow you've anchored Strahd in your alcohol brewing adventures.
Yeah, if only Strahd could actually leave Barovia, then that would make sense.
He could have, like, emissaries, right?
I mean,
Work on
there's...
behalf of him?
I don't think Strahd having a personal beef with you is on his top priority list. Unless you give him a reason to hate you, and that would be interesting, because that would escalate things significantly.
I make alcoholic holy water cocktails.
I feel like that defeats the purpose of the holy water, but sure.
Heaven and hell. Yeah, I'll toss a coin to my fortune teller, because you're right. I don't have to deal with that. I don't want to
be
deal with
cursed.
bad juju and
Not wanting to be
being cursed.
horribly cursed.
Yeah. So I do that, and then I think I am going to just kind of vibe. There's nothing much going on here.
Oh yeah, most of the Vestani hanging around the fire or just enjoying a good night, getting drunk, telling stories about, like, random horrible events that they've seen on the road. Ouch.
Although I will say, the thing with the one who was missing, that may have been something to do with the last place we were at. I forgot. That was when we first entered Barovia, right?
Oh, you mean back at the Barovia village?
Yeah.
Yep, one of your fortunes, let me pull her up again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
one
had
of
something to do
the
with
very
her.
first card was that, the Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release.
Hmm. So the Vistani here know about her being missing. Maybe.
I will remind that you were also told that there is a sister camp, elsewhere in Barovia.
Oh. So we trust these guys, but we don't trust the next group we see.
That is up to you.
I mean, you could just ask them if they kidnapped a kid. And then if they say no, you could ask them if the other group would do something like that.
Can we just, like... Can me and
Tiny?
Ostrich just go up and just be like, hey, could we, like... I'm sorry, right? You're about to say something to Tiny, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Do your plan.
The plan.
Could me and Ostrich kind of, like, approach Stranimir and be like, hey... Kidnapping?
Kidnapping who and why?
Yes. So, I guess.
Okay, guys, I'm back,
not
sorry.
I'm not gonna drag Ostrich if they don't want to.
I mean, I'll totally come with. That's fine.
Okay. I go up to Stranimir. I'm like, hey, I got a question about what we kind of experienced back in the village. So, do you know of any potential missing, I don't know, children that came from that village? I know it's very, maybe broad, considering we had windows boarded up. Remember I talked to you about that, but anything come up? And I'm going to try to gauge how he answers the question.
Alright, you may roll insight. Stanimir shrugs and says, well, we haven't been in these lands for months. We wouldn't know anything about any missing children in any of the villages. We don't even normally go in the villages ourselves unless we have to. Mostly because they could be a little hostile at times or not want us to come in.
Well, I fully believe them.
Actually, on the opposite end, you're a little bit wary and suspicious.
Oh. I don't know if you saw my insight roll.
Yeah, I did.
Wow,
Optic,
okay.
was that insight roll? Oh no, that was Stitch's insight roll. Optic, would you like to make an insight roll as well?
Nope.
Nope. Alright, yeah, no. Coco, doesn't believe a single word that, Stanimir says. Something seems really off about the Vistani, and, them just not knowing anything about what's going on in their homeland.
Okay. Are you sure you're not, like... Are you sure that's what all you're... I'm gonna make sure I don't press it too much. Are you sure that that's all that is to it? Because it does seem weird that you wouldn't have known things happening here in your own lands.
Stanimir seems less than amused by, the line of questioning, and he looks at you dead in the eye and says, do you know what is going on in your hometown right this second?
No. However, if I were to go back and find out that someone was missing, that would be a cause of concern.
Well, think of it this way. The people of that village are not our community. We're not welcomed in their community, so we don't go to their bar. Well, we don't frequent their establishments. We don't talk to their people. We mind our own business. We sell our goods. We don't get involved. Unless it's our business.
Now that makes perfect sense to me, but if I may ask, how well do you trust the sister camp of Vistani?
He sighs a bit and says, the two men leading the sister camp are young and a bit reckless. Two brothers. If I remember right, but this is years ago. I haven't seen those boys in quite some time. Evergol is brash, and he makes poor decisions. He's very self-interested. As far as I am aware, Laval is... Well, last I saw him, he had just had him and his wife had just had a child, so hopefully he's settled down out of his more, ruckus-causing ways. But they are brothers. I see nothing to worry about, but the last time I saw them was years ago.
So if there were to be someone behind kidnappings, it would be feasible to... It wouldn't be a crazy thought that they might have something to do with it.
He shrugs a bit and says, it would take quite a lot for them to do something like that. After all, it would draw the attention of the of the Barovians inside of Valaki, and no one really wants to start a fight, per se, but I would say if the child's gone missing, it's more likely to be the fault of monsters or the Lord of the Land himself.
Oh, absolutely. The creatures of the swamp are always to blame. I mean, the unforeseen things are what go bump in the night.
Well, I mean, of course, there's cultists, wolves, wolf cultists. There's a lot of things out in the forests, and if you are not careful, they will eat you. That's just kind of how it is here. But I'd say if you heard something about a missing child, we haven't heard anything ourselves. Though you could ask some of the people at this camp, but they're so far detached from anything, and I doubt they'd know much. Like I said, many of us choose to keep to our camps. There are some who like to wander into, the villages. But we're always treated with a bit of suspicion, sadly. But I would tell you just keep traveling on to Valaki. If anything's going on, you'll hear about it there. That's one of the bigger settlements. And they should be more open to discussing with you. I mean, if you did see something back in Barovia Village, you could always go back there and continue that investigation. But from this point on, we're remaining here for the time being.
I mean, we're going to continue onward in the morning, right? We're not just staying here.
Pretty much your options are to stay here, go back to Barovia Village, or go on to Valaki. Because those are the only two locations you've been told about.
Well, I greatly appreciate your assistance in the matter, and in case my party and yours shall separate ways here, a token of my gratitude, and I hand him a coin.
Cool. He takes the coin and nods and says, I wish you the best of luck in your travels, and hopefully your fates are as bountiful as I've foreseen. And he tucks the coin away into his pocket. Yordle's just throwing axes here.
Yordle, you should entertain the crew with a story of what Yordle has done.
Bonk.
I'm sorry about that, Great Actual. I was just trying to move something and accidentally clicked it. Where am I right
Stitch.
now? Because
You're by the fire with me,
Okay, because yeah, no.
where they're telling stories and drinking, and I'm trying to force you to converse with them and tell stories about you.
The yordling.
Yordle must have interesting stories that we'd like to hear.
I'm just gonna. Yordle just opens his mouth. One time I paid taxes.
The one time.
Only once?
Yeah.
The crowd
What
goes
happened?
wild.
I was subletting my shell, and yeah, I made enough income that I had to pay taxes. It was 2 gold.
Wow, that's actually a lot.
Those taxes sound scary.
He's just gonna eat
Do you
a
have other
fish.
stories?
You're fine. I'll go ahead and read this one. Let me tell you a tale from long, long ago, when I was just but a small, small little shellling. I was in the market one day, and I had come across something wondrous and magical. It was called, and he leans in, cheese.
I thought he was gonna say bread.
I tried it once. It was amazing.
Oh no. I
And-
know
Only
where the
once?
story's going.
Yes, because 5 minutes after eating that, I went boom boom really bad. And everybody stared. It went on for 5
is
whole
bad.
minutes where it just kept coming out.
Hi, Venomare. Oh, dear child.
And that's how I found out I'm lactose intolerant.
Yordle, I don't think you should share your stories anymore.
I mean, you asked.
I realize that your stories are not normal stories. I should ask Ustuk or Coco for their tales.
Yordle's
instead.
just gonna eat his tack. Be quiet then.
Eat the crunchy bread.
With that, Stitch is gonna kind of like tap the top of your head, hoping you understand to let them down.
Sure. I'll put Bob back on the floor.
Do you guys have stories to share?
Not really myself. I mean, I know a few ways to make alcohol, but I've
Which is your
heard of-
favorite?
It is my favorite, yes. Just I've heard a few stories here and there of tales of old, tales of passers-by. Nothing too extravagant, really, compared to what everybody else has been saying, or
Hmm.
whatever everybody else has said. Minus the cheese.
Off in the distance, you just hear Yordle. There were no survivors.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no stories. I guess I myself am more concerned of. I guess I'm. Can I get a clarification?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, I was trying to. Are they? When he said that, when you said earlier, we can either stay here, we can go ahead, or we can go back.
Mm-hmm.
Are you Are you saying that they're just going to stay here? Like,
Yes.
they're not traveling in the morning or anything. They're just here.
Yep, Stanimir and his group are probably joining up with this group to hang out for quite a while. Because it looks like they were able to sell quite a bit and, like, make some dealings with, Bildrath over in Barovia Village. and it may be a while before they continue onwards.
Did he ever say how long he's planning to stay here?
He hasn't made a commitment on how long they're planning to stay. They're not horribly far from either one of the villages, so they're probably gonna just hang out here for the time being. Wonk.
Got it. I guess how far is it to the? Is it Vistani?
Oh, the sister camp?
Yeah.
Let me grab the map info, because... Map. Actually, there's a calculator for this. I have it somewhere. Ah, the travel distance calculator. Oh, how much I love and hate you. Scoot that over. Oh yeah, you have to have freaking Microsoft Excel to use it. That's why I don't use it very often. Give me a moment, I have to do some math. You guys are at the Seer Pool Camp. So that would be... So... Yeah, there's no way that that map is accurate. Okay, that's a slightly better map. Okay, so... Pardon me, I'm having to check the map. So, fun fact about Curse of Strahd, it is, miserable to, read their maps. And they are never kind in the descriptions. Six, 7. Okay, so that's 67 hexes. Y. Now I pull out the calculator.
Yay, calculator.
67 divided by 4 equals... So that's about... Jesus Christ, baby, this thing is accurate. 8, 11... Yeah, roughly correct. So that's about 16 to 17 miles to the next town. To Valaki, where the sister camp is. Which I would have to calculate travel distances because this thing is a bitch.
Couple hours.
Well,
Say comfortably walk like what, a mile every 20 minutes?
don't die.
Between 10 and 20, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a, like,
Okay,
fairly standard pace.
Yeah. So then like...
So at a normal pace, in an hour you could travel 3 miles. And in a day you could do 24 miles. So technically you could get to most places in Barovia within a day.
Are we leaving soon, friends?
I will tell you how long it will take to go backwards because that is an option. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
There's discussion of leaving in the morning, I believe.
18 hex.
At what time would you guys like to depart? Before the sun is up?
So, fun thing is, if you took a fast pace, you could get to Barovia Village in an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, so Barovia Village is actually like 4 miles away. If you want to go back there and investigate that missing child thing, if you think that's relevant.
Also, I would probably say once the sun was up.
Yeah.
I would avoid moving while it was dark as
Yeah,
much as
don't move while
possible.
it's dark.
Yeah, we can like leave at like 2 p.m. Sleep in a little.
And then sprint back to Barovia Village, because that's the only place you could get to in the 4 hours before like it starts getting dark.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. So we have Sister Camp as an option. That's 17 miles away. You go back to Barovia Village. That's 4 miles away. Was there any other location we have available to us?
Those are the only two locations. Valaki and the Barovia Village are the only two places that have been mentioned to you.
Valaki, that was the name. Okay. Yeah, I guess we should rest and then be ready to leave at sunbreak. Right?
The break of dawn.
Yeah.
The break of dawn.
Or could ask if anyone happens to know of a lake with a cave overlooking it.
I mean, you can always just ask around.
Really depends what route we want to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck with. There's too many options, and I'm not sure where to go. And it's only 3 to 4 miles away for back to Barovia Village.
Oh yeah, it didn't take you guys horribly long to get here.
Yeah, I was surprised they would just like not stay in Barovia Village.
It's mostly like Standemir told you pretty clearly that like the villages don't like the Vistani staying around for very long. Like some of the villages put up with them, but like they don't like to just linger where they're not particularly wanted. Plus, Barovia Village wasn't that nice of a place to begin with.
And you gotta remember that Curse of Strahd was written a good number of years ago, and the groups of people are very specifically designed after certain groups of people.
Very hate crimey.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, some of that comes through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why we played this in February.
This entire game is very fantasy Europe. The most miserable dark fantasy version of Europe.
I see.
You know, where xenophobia is very common.
Xenophobia, isn't that just like the xenomorphs from?
No,
Yeah,
you're not
hatred
afraid of the
aliens,
alien.
yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
And who knows, you might find stuff on the way to Valaki. 16 miles is a long distance. Well, 17. It's closer to 17.
Aztuk, do you have any opinion on where we should go next?
I mean, if there's want to go back to the village and to ask people, now is the time because we're close. There's no
Yeah.
point to go elsewhere if
And then
we
come
are
back.
wanting to go there later.
Yeah, if you
But
go
if
all the
we
way to
don't
Valaki,
care,
it'll be 21 miles to get back
Yeah.
to Barovia Village.
but if no one cares to go back to the village, then we can just move on wherever.
Yeah, just I don't know if there's any more clues about.
I do. I suppose it would involve asking around about the crying lady some more.
Yeah, but that's.
I mean,
so
as Mark
boring.
did say, if you came back, you could stay at his place.
Yeah, but he's creepy.
Yeah, that'd be
Maybe.
fair. That's the base bar for this module.
But he's creepy.
Wait, I looked at Oscar. Wait, can't you like see what he's doing right now?
No.
Why? He has the coin.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
I knew the second you did that, I was like, well, they're just spying on his mark.
Also, it's only good for a mile.
Oh, true.
So,
We're 4 times that distance
Yeah,
right
the
now.
distance makes it not matter anyways.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
at the
4
moment,
times the distance,
your
yes.
ability works within 4 hexes.
What does that mean?
I'm
On the
looking at
large
the
map.
I'm looking at the map of Barovia because there's a hex map, a very poorly designed hex map.
Okay, so the hex map is what
Every hex is a fourth of a
Quarter mile.
mile, and so I have to do math every time I want to send you guys somewhere because the people who made this map are a bunch of fucking sadists.
I guess then we could just go back to. I just don't know if we're getting more clues. The Burgermeister did seem nice. Where's Stitch and Yordle?
I think they
And
separated.
Torl?
I'm standing over by you guys, trying to get you guys to tell me stories.
Pay attention to me.
I followed the
Oh.
short one shortly after.
I looked straight
And-
ahead at. I looked straight ahead at Stitch. Sorry, I'm blanking out. When you and Turtle Turtle's there too. When you guys went to check out the crying lady, did you guys get anything?
Cried
Cried.
a
Yeah.
lot.
She did cry a lot.
Her kid's been missing. She does not know how to
Then Yordle gave her money.
Yeah.
She still cried.
She's so sad.
It's not
You know
that
it's-
hard. You pay the
you know what's
guard and
profound?
they do that.
You know it's profound sadness when money doesn't help.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I guess then. Tell you what, we'll. I feel like we should go. So bad because if we go back and there's nothing, we're gonna have to.
So, the worst case scenario with travel times is that you waste a part of a day. Does not matter at this point since you have no time sensitive things happening. And also, like, the only downside with travel now is I get to roll on the random encounter staples.
But
Also,
Could
the
you
point
not?
of going back is you're wasting a lot less, like we said.
yeah, we're wasting. Okay, so it's better to just go.
If there's any want to go back, it is better to just go back and then.
Better to reinvestigate while we're closer there than it'll. You're right. You're right. You're right. So we could make it there tonight. You said, Tiny?
No, I wouldn't recommend you traveling at night.
Oh, it is that. Okay. Then yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Don't travel at night unless you feel like it, because that's a different encounter table. Pardon me while I pull my dice out of the pit.
Getting ready for me to make a dumb decision, huh?
No, I'm getting ready for y'all to start traveling, because that's important.
Again, ready for us to make a dumb decision, huh?
Ah.
We'd be fucking safe if we just stay here. We just hang out with these dudes all day.
They
What's
do
gonna
tell
happen?
interesting stories,
No
Coco.
one survives.
It seems that's just the way you denote that your story's over. You
That
say,
is just how
this
you
morning
finish
I
the
ate a
story.
sandwich and no one survived. And then the next person tells the story.
And then it means it's the next person's turn.
And then they take their turn and they all say something like, and then the ghost scared people and no one survived.
I
And
mean,
it keeps
technically
going.
that's possible. But yeah, so you guys settle down, make up a camp, relax, maybe sleep.
Tell the story of how we went on an adventure and found this group and went with them to their camp and no one survived.
Yes.
Stanimir gives you a weird look.
Slowly pulls out knife.
Uh,
Was that the signal? You shout that so loud.
So, where exactly are we trying to lay down?
That's a good
character-wise?
question.
Where are we as a group trying to spend the night?
I mean, there's a nice big space over here.
Are we gonna set up a fire?
I mean, over there or here by the horses where all of our models just happen to already be.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that.
So as you guys start getting bedrolls down and that kind of thing, Stitch is gonna be adamant about building a fire.
And I don't have any opposition if you want to build a fire that's 20 feet away from the other fire, but sure.
We need a fire for the evening.
Okay.
All beans.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and grab some of their fire and bring it over to.
So you just
I'm sorry, guys. We need a fire.
pick
I'm
up a
just gonna
stick,
borrow
bring
this.
it over.
This is the equivalent of grabbing a chair and like dragging it, making that loud a noise as you cross the room. I want to basically do that with fire.
Don't you dare.
Big ups if you actually have it make noise.
You have the strength to pick it up. I know you do.
I could pick up fire.
Oh, I mean, you can pick up a stick.
Oh,
Sorry,
Catch
guys.
it
We
on
need to
fire.
borrow this. Just
I'm
picks
just
up
gonna
a
pick-
log on fire and drags it across the ground.
pick
You-
up the
you
whole
assholes should
fire
have
like a couch.
torches.
You're right. I'm gonna put my torch on the floor and then go get their fire, so that way I can bring that over to light
Yeah,
the
now we can
torch.
start this torch on fire when he gets back. With his fire.
Yeah,
Okay, how are you picking up the fire?
by the non-hot part,
Where there's no such thing as the non-hot part.
the less hot part.
No, it's all hot.
You're
Okay, well
grabbing
then I'm gonna pick
fire.
up the hot part.
Let him cook.
Literally let him cook. Okay, cool. You take 6 fire damage.
Worth it. Gonna show up with the partially
Yeah,
burnt.
Yordle is slightly on fire. He throws himself onto the torch and catches it on fire. Yordle, do you make any attempt to put yourself out?
I'll go in my shell. See if that helps.
As you are 10 feet away from the water.
Oh shit,
right.
you're right.
Are you just gonna go in the water?
Yeah, I'll go in the water. I didn't realize
Okay,
that was
good.
there.
You forgot. Dude, then you fixated on that for like the first 2 minutes we were in this camp.
Well, because I was happy, and then like my bar wasn't scrolled that high up, and so I mostly saw horses. So I was like, I can't bathe in the horse.
Yeah, the Elvis River exists. Oh yeah, you chuck yourself into the river, immediately dousing the flames that had started to become a problem. You're in pain. Fire hurt.
Ow!
bad.
Fire bad.
But
We
you
have
did
a
carry
fire
fire
now.
over here.
Oh no,
Thank
no.
you, Yordle.
Yordle threw himself on the torch. The torch is lit now.
Yep.
We need to
Exactly.
add more wood to the fire.
All
so
right.
Yordle's efforts aren't in vain. Otherwise, he'll have to light himself on fire again.
I'm gonna.
I don't
go
think he can right now.
I'm gonna go get more wood.
Just regular wood?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless I could destroy a wagon without it being suspicious, but it seems like everybody's near a wagon, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
they're
I need
using
some firewood
those.
real quick. I hope you don't mind. Hey, we actually have things on that. No.
He
You know,
just wheels the entire wagon over the torch.
you know,
Perfect.
you know that meme that's been on TikTok where the guy's just like, "Hey, you got a rag?" and they just rip some random guy's clothes off of his back. Like,
yeah.
it's that equivalent. It's just grabbing the cart. You using this? Boom! Take a wheel.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
What?
Are you also
While
on
this
fire?
Is happening, while this is happening, is the fortune teller still like awake?
Nah, she went to bed after she read your fortunes.
She's got that old lady time, man. She just saw
She's
Murder
old.
She
She
Wrote.
needs her sleep.
She just saw
Yeah, I
Murder
get
She
it.
Wrote.
She's rest her bones, whatever. Damn it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy transmuting time, space, and fate.
I was hoping she could transmute fate and tell us where the child was.
I think she
She
told you
did.
yeah, she gave you your hint.
Yeah, she said
Yeah,
the
but I didn't want to
Vistani.
want the direct answer.
Too bad. You don't go to a fortune teller for a direct answer. You go to the police, and even then, it's not a good idea.
She's not Google Maps. You can't.
People go to the fucking fortune teller all the time and go, "Who's my real true love?" And they tell you.
No, they don't.
No, they say you're gonna
That's just
die.
over here wanting this to be WoW, and just a big location marker appears.
Yeah, that's not how this game works.
Where's the little girl? The beacon has been lit.
God damn it. Alright, well, I kind of peek in, realize she's sleeping, kind of go back to the fucking bonfire that is, Tortle.
Tortle.
Wordle.
Yordle the Bond Tortle.
I keep thinking it's Tortle, but it's Yordle.
Yeah.
Tortle's the
Oh, that-
race, Yordle's the person.
Yes.
Now that we have a fire, Otz, it's your turn to tell a story.
Story time.
Man, what story would they tell?
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, sorry.
Tell us how you started your business.
Business.
You don't want that story.
Dark secrets must not be revealed.
I can't say that by legal reasons.
Sorry. Forgot it was still in litigation.
Actually, okay, here. So, Ustic will, I'm not gonna go into explaining the whole story, but I'm gonna tell a story of basically a young Ostuk growing up in a village, becoming very good friends with the local merchant who sadly passed away from mercenaries one day as their cart was robbed.
Yes, that's passing away and not murder.
Yes. Only for it to be discovered that they had a will, and as they had no living relatives, wrote in it for Ostuk to inherit their shop.
And there were no survivors.
And there were no survivors, yes. Because my
Nice.
story is over.
That's so sad.
Where are we going?
Yeah, that never did get determined.
Now what?
Wait, what?
I think the vote was back to the town.
Barovia Village.
Is that where we're going to, Coco and Otz? Because me and Yordle decided nothing.
Yeah.
Do you want
Yeah.
to decide something?
No.
That's not what they're
I
paid
paid
to do.
money to go where you guys want to go. I am not responsible for deciding anything.
I mean, you're an independent contractor, right? Like,
The independent
Yes.
part is variable on the money.
Uh-huh.
you know, that's alright.
Otz pays me good money.
Yeah. It's sometimes good bread.
I don't get paid as much as I used to.
No,
Just
no,
like loud
I
crunch.
get paid in money. Yordle gets paid in bread.
Yordle does get paid in bread.
I forgot. Yordle got lawyered into being stuck with hardtack.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of shrugged. I was like, well, we can reinvestigate Barovia Village, figure out what's going on with the missing child, and from there, hopefully we'll have a better direction where to go. Otherwise, we have to go, 17, 18 miles the other direction, to the other camp, and it's just easier to go this way, just to reevaluate, make sure everything's okay, and then from there, if we need to go over there, we can go over there. Yeah, I think I said that right. Yeah.
So, you guys want to be up when the sun rises, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, if you guys make a good decision on this, you can go to Barovia Village and get back here reasonably.
Mm-hmm.
I have to remember how travel time works because it's so fucking much a pain in my ass.
So after confirming the details, Stitch kind of just collapses and goes completely still.
That's a good idea, and I'm just gonna get in my shell and just lay on the floor.
I guess I prepare a bedroll, and I kind of lay there for a moment, and I think to myself, who's watching the camp when we sleep?
The horse is, you hear from the shell.
As I haven't gone to sleep yet, I'm going to take out my Steel Defender and essentially give him the alert command. So he will just stand there and make noise if he feels we're threatened. And then I'll go to sleep.
I mean, that is solid. Solid as
You
steel.
know what? Awesome. I was gonna be thinking we're gonna have some percentages. We're gonna be attacked.
I mean, we could, and that could still happen, but at least
This guy is here.
this guy is here, and he's gonna start making some strange noises if he feels threatened.
All right. Can at least the defender say ooh woo?
No, the defender can't speak.
Can it
Imagine like Frankenstein. It's just going to Frankenstein's monster. It's just gonna be sounds.
Does it know ASL?
No.
Okay.
Asshole.
If you want to know the age, sex, and location, it's right here, dude. I'm gonna go to fucking bed.
All right. Is everyone going to do their equivalent to sleep?
Yeah.
All right. So y'all get a long rest in. Yordle, make sure you heal, like you do the long rest of healing from your fire interaction. Yordle's been the only person to take damage this week, and we haven't had a combat,
It
like a
wasn't
real
even
combat.
an enemy.
Going straight into a rock. That's what
So
it
you-
comes back to?
I know what you're talking about. I mean, that goat was one scary enemy.
I am not counting it until everyone's involved. That was more of a weird interaction than a combat. Nope. Punched him in the face with its foot. But yeah, so, for reference to anyone listening and also to the people at the table, when it comes to traveling, you can travel for 8 hours during the day. Anytime beyond, for each hour beyond that amount of time you force yourself to travel, you have to start making, constitution saves, because you're physically exerting yourself beyond what you should be.
Okay.
So that is something to take into consideration when traveling for long distances.
Is that to say that is like 8 hours in one sitting?
8 hours per day.
8 hours per day. Okay.
Yes, because imagine it this way: you're spending a fourth of the day traveling. You have to spend. Well, no, it's a third. No, wait. 8, 16. Yes, a third of the day traveling. You have to spend a third of the day sleeping, and eventually you have to take time to eat. Physical exhaustion will happen. Imagine you are walking for 8 hours straight.
I've done it before.
It's not fun. So,
Couldn't stop going. It was terrible.
but yeah, it shouldn't be a major issue, given at a normal pace, you can travel 3 miles per hour.
Okay.
If you want to travel at a fast pace and risk the penalty to your passive perception scores, you could technically get there faster. So, yeah. Y'all should be fine. I am gonna make a nice little tab here for hours traveled, so I keep track of how many hours you've traveled.
I will say, is it humorous that every time you keep talking or saying that reduce our passive perception, which means there's a higher chance of encounter. My brain just goes, oh, good, an XP chance.
I mean, we are doing milestones, so it doesn't help you that much.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember the power spike conversation? from earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't know why Tiny doesn't understand. Combats are a milestone. I'm just, a man who brews alcohol. If I beat up an owlbear, I'm considering that a great fucking milestone achievement.
So here's the fun thing. If I started you at level 1, you would have had to do a mini dungeon that would have probably killed one of you. I'm fine with leaving you guys at level 3 and making you go hunt for artifacts to get the rest of your levels. And killing boss monsters of merit. So yeah, you hit an important part of the module, you get a level. This module is supposed to take you up to level 10. So you get 7 levels. I have given you the first 4 of them in a weird, mysterious card reading.
Wait a minute. We're not going up to level 25?
Oh god, no. Not even. But yeah, so for all intents and purposes, you have at least hints to where where 4 more levels exist.
Is that to say then we could challenge Strahd at any time?
Yes, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. There are parties who have tackled Strahd before reaching level 10. It's possible, but also not recommended unless you're very certain you're prepared. Getting the items significantly increases your chances, and having your companion increases your chances. But also, leveling also increases your chances. And friendship. Friendship increases your chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Friendship is power.
Are we friends? Coco, are we friends? I sure hope so.
I
My
sure do.
muscles just like flex a little bit. I think we are.
But yeah. But yeah, it takes roughly 4 hours to get back to Barovia Village. You guys wake up nice and early in the morning. It's well, no, you can't say it's a beautiful day.
I mean,
It's as beautiful as Barovia can be.
Yeah. But yeah, you wake up to another overcast, weirdly dark day in Barovia. The longer you stay here, the more aware you become that the sun has not shone in a meaningful way. At all. The entire time you've been here. Clouds hang overcast overhead. And it is quite somber at all times.
That's weird. It's almost like something's stopping the sun from shining.
I know, right? Weird.
I'm not gonna
just to
lie.
clarify,
Go ahead, Cat CC.
you said 4 hours to get back to Barovia?
Yes, I believe so. Let me double
You said
check.
it was 4 miles.
Let me double check. I hate this map. I wish I had Microsoft so I could just use the travel time calculator, but it's cruel and unusual and it hates me. So that is 18 divided by 4. Divided by 4. Okay, yeah, that is 4 miles. You could travel, technically, that in an hour if you go at a fast pace. Sorry, I had the 4 on my calculator and I forgot what it stood for.
No, it's okay.
I love travel. So, technically you can go at a fast pace and get there in an hour. It'll take you like an hour and a half to get there if you travel at a normal pace.
Which is probably the better route.
Yeah, you're not losing. You're not losing that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I gotta look up this one thing. Important.
Well, I mean, if we get there within an hour, wouldn't we have 7 hours available to then travel to the sister camp on the same day? and still have it be daylight?
Yes, but is the downside of moving faster for half an hour worth it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Ah, there's the random encounter table.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
It'd
have
be the thing of
chosen.
like if you could reduce the time in half, there could be an argument there, but
Yeah, we're only cutting a half an hour, and yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth going at a fast pace if you desperately have to. Like, if there's a time crunch, it's worth doing. If there's not a time crunch, eh. But so, we are traveling at a normal pace, going to Barovia Village, which will take about an hour and a half. We're all okay with that?
works for me.
Okay, I get to
Also, I'm
start.
gonna stick my Steel Defender back in my bag.
Okay, cool. I get to start rolling dice now. Two. Three. Wow. That wasn't so bad after all. Oh yeah, let me adjust the scene here. Let me shrink this. There we go. Oh, okay, so let's get back to the village of Barovia. But yeah, your trip back to the village of Barovia is relatively peaceful. Speaking of the relative lack of peace, we're done with the Vistani campsite. Hey, there's somebody dinged me.
Bing.
Oh, hi, Author Page TTV. Hello. Hello, new chat person. Thank you for the follow. I'm the Tiny Dungeon. I run D&D and I play other horrible games.
Please help us. Send help.
She's kept us locked in here for days.
Yes, this my tiny dungeon is safe. You're safe here now. But yeah, your travels to Barovia Village were relatively peaceful. You scuttle along for about an hour and a half and find yourself back in Barovia Village.
I hope we actually scuttle.
Yeah,
Just crab people it up.
but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the people of Barovia Village will just be like, oh, great. These guys again.
These
Oh, they're
fuckers.
back.
Shit.
But you're here now, and it's a daytime event. Pardon me while I double check the make sure I'm clocking in the time you guys are traveling.
Oh, good. The crying house is still circled.
Yeah. No,
Yes,
that's
that
the
is the-
shop, isn't it?
Yes, that is Vildrath Mercantile.
Oh,
The the crying lady house is next door. Let's actually remove that. So yeah, this is not a conventional map. Are you guys planning to actually stick together this time?
I suppose.
That's dumb. Let's just separate the party. I'll go fly in the air, and you guys take the ground.
Yordle.
We must investigate the Suez.
Stitch raises their arms at you.
Alrighty, so this little pink circle is you guys entering town.
I assumed that this
Actually-
entire walk you'd have been on my shoulder. To be honest.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I
Same
already
goes for
said
CC.
uppies earlier.
Same goes for CC. Whenever CC is like, oh, I'm tired of walking,
I want
I
to be
just
able to
pick
move
them
the
up.
thing. Why can't I? Let's get that out of here. We don't
Total,
need it.
I demand uppies.
Oh yeah, you guys are meandering your way back into town.
And we're coming in from the west?
The pinky.
Yes.
The pinky. The pink circle over here.
Yes, you're the pink circle. So yeah, you guys meander your way back into town.
Nice.
Where's your...
Nothing seems...
the crying is still going on.
God damn
Yep.
this bitch.
You think she'd
Right.
run out of tears by now, Yordle?
Yeah, she's dry. She's just making sound at this point.
Is that not rude?
I would have thought her voice would have given out by now.
Wait,
Can we
were
take
we
her
able to
voice?
hear this back all over here?
Yep. I mean, technically, it is just barely a longer distance.
That bitch is using thaumaturgy to cry. She has to be.
Just
Oh, yeah, each square
amplifying
is
her
like
crying.
40 feet, but it does make it very clear you can hear her throughout the entire fucking town.
That's the. Okay, guys, hear me out. What if we get an angry mob together?
What?
Why
I
would
can't
we
hear
do
you over
that?
the crying.
Just start shouting. We should start a mob to burn her house down with her in it. She's disturbing the peace.
We should not do that. That sounds like more effort. And what if the mob hurts you guys?
Then
We'll
we
have
hurt
to
the
do
mob
something
back.
about that.
It's not easy.
I do agree with Stitch on this one.
Nobody ever wants to start a mob with me.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
We can do a mob a different time if it makes more sense.
No, it's fine. The moment's gone.
Maybe in the future the moment will be here.
No, it's just like the slow clap thing. I kept trying to slow clap and nobody ever slow clap with me. Just never happens.
Oh,
You know, starting a mob wouldn't be the worst idea.
are we trying to intimidate her?
Oh no, I was
I'm
just trying
to
to
not do what Yordle wants.
Oh,
Yes, big map. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, she is still sobbing away in her house. Sounding super sad.
So, her kid went missing, which is why she's crying, and we're searching for a kid who got kidnapped. So, there's a chance it's one and the same.
Right, we are?
yeah, that was the clue that the lady gave us. The lady you gave bread to.
Yeah, no, I remember that part, but I didn't realize that was a purpose. I thought she was just like, like, your lucky numbers are 5, 7, and 8. That doesn't mean you're gonna be, like, looking for 5, 7, and 8, you know?
That's exactly what lucky numbers mean.
I completely misunderstood what fortune tellers are for. I'm not even joking. Okay, so you're the one with the brain, money, and hench people. What are we doing? I'm looking right at you. What was the name again? Ashtok.
Odds.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta see if we can, I guess, either talk to her or someone else and see if we can figure out what actually happened to this kid. And if we can find out where they might be, because maybe it's the missing kid.
Tiny, is there anybody nearby?
Well, you guys are at the center of town. You have been to, pardon me, let me ping. You've been to Bill Draft's Mercantile, which is the shop. There's also the bar over here, which has, people who are at the bar. You've been to, well, most of you have been over there to Mad Mary's house.
Mad Mary?
Yeah, they're not nice to her for reasons.
Okay, counter offer. We burn the town down and leave her alone.
Okay, let's skip the burning of any buildings at the moment.
God
Be Yordle's specialty.
Yeah,
That is.
burning things self-included.
But the thing is, it's not the Yordle special if we do it all the time. That makes it less special.
damn. I mean, it's special to me. Every fire is unique.
Yeah. Especially when it's Yordle on fire.
Just running through town and grabbing people. So, okay. Oh, I know. Why don't we go ask people at the bar if any other children have gone missing over the course of a year?
Coco, do you think you can get them drunk so they'll share stories with us?
I think Coco's still on an adventure.
I don't know if I can get
Oh,
people
there he is.
drunk to talk per se.
Does
maybe
alcohol
the-
not loosen one's tongue?
I mean, no, it does. I'm just saying that just because I make it doesn't mean they'll drink.
Make them.
I could go.
Force them
I
to
could get
drink.
behind that.
Coco finds it slightly problematic.
I have funnel. I'm just gonna start looking through my backpack.
That's not in the starting equipment, Yordle.
I didn't bring funnel. Shit.
There's a shop nearby.
Let's go buy a funnel.
We could go to the.
Should we advertise your alcohol?
Oh no.
Oh no.
DM Lord. The Bloody Vine, was it?
Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Blood on the Vine Tavern. That's right there. Let's go inside. I want to see if the Burgermeister's there.
The Burgermaster did also tell you that you're welcome to come to his house and that it's on the southern side of town.
Yeah, I know, but like if I go there, he's probably gonna be like in a fucking bathrobe, and I don't want to experience that. I want to know if he's just in public.
Okay. So
And
are
plus-
you guys shimming your way to the bar?
I will follow whatever lead we got here. We're kinda.
To the bar.
Let's go to the bar.
Alrighty, so you return to the Blood on the Vine Tavern. The bartender is still there, in the same spot that you left him in the last time you were here.
I had him placed.
Nah, he just doesn't move very often. Oh yeah, the bar keep is behind the bar, cleaning glasses. There's a couple people sitting at various tables in the establishment. And who came in here last time?
I did.
Oh, yes, you
Only
did.
Coco.
And one of
Yep.
the three ladies who was at the bar last time is there now.
All right, I kind of check myself. I dust myself off a little bit. You know, look presentable. Kind of, muss up the hair. Kind of get my
Kind of.
strut as I walk towards the lady that I recognize. And I say, "Excuse me. This all happened just yesterday that we were here, right?"
You guys were here just yesterday.
Yeah, okay. No, I was thinking it was like last week we were here. No. I just kind of approached her. I was like, "Excuse me, you were here yesterday, right?"
The woman looks you up and down. She's like, yeah, I was. What of it?
Just recognizing a face, just trying to see a pattern, so to speak. I know that everybody can, hear the lovely music that is howling in the distance for a lost child. I was wondering if you happen to know really anything to as to what's going on there, and if maybe you've heard other sad stories of children missing in this town of Barovia of recent event.
But yeah, the woman kind of laughs at you, and she shakes her head and says, look, if you think that woman is actually missing a child, you're sorely mistaken.
Well, I must be sorely mistaken because you must have all the answers. Please, do indulge me.
She sighs and shakes her head and says, look, for all intents and purposes, Gertruda is a grown-ass woman. She took off all on her own.
Oh, Gertruda was her name. Okay.
But yeah, no, Mary's daughter, poor child. Yeah, Mary pretty much suffocated the poor girl to death. Wouldn't let her leave the house. And one day she just found the door unlocked and left. I saw it myself. She booked it, left.
We're all here, right?
You're probably at most like
Yeah.
maybe 5 feet
Yeah.
behind me.
I assumed we all walked in.
Okay,
Hey,
Yordle just realized he has to
Not
go get his
enter the
gold
bar.
back.
But yeah, she lets you know that Mary's daughter, grown-ass woman, fully grown woman, took off in the night to get away from her mother, and she does let you know that the burgomaster did lead a search for her, and that, like, no, they didn't find her.
Can I would like to insight this as I ask her. You said she left in the night, and you watched her. Like, did you see anything else beyond that?
Okay, you can roll your insight on this one.
I know I just did it, but how do I do it again? Okay.
Poke the button.
Frank, hit the button.
Yeah,
Actually, that's pretty good.
She shrugs and tells you, "Well, yeah, I mean, someone left Mad Mary's house in the middle of the night and went running down the street. Looked like a young woman, and all from what I've heard around town, Mary almost never leaves her house anymore. I mean, she used to until her husband died.
How did her husband die?
Mauled by wolves. Pretty common way to die around here, especially if you're a hunter.
I suppose it kind of goes with the territory. Hunt and be hunted.
But yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in trying to help Mary at this point. She's completely inconsolable. The burgomaster's been trying to help her, but he's got his hands full.
With what? I know there's obviously there's a lot to this town, but is there any other pressing matters that are?
Oh, the woman seems to be enjoying herself. Word around town is that well, of course, it's not just word around town if Bismarck's going to be burgomaster. But the previous burgomaster has passed, and they haven't held the funeral yet.
How did he pass naturally, or?
You'd have to ask Ismark about that.
Interesting.
But from what I've heard, Ismark's been a bit down about the whole thing. Not in my business why, or like what he does about it, other than as long as he's drinking my ale and taking a seat in my tavern.
At this point, I'm gonna walk up to this lady as well. Sorry to intrude here. I'm just hoping that this entire trip back here wasn't for naught. Have there been any kidnappings in the area recently? Like
laughs softly.
actual ones?
She shrugs and says, "Look, there's not that many people in town worth kidnapping. I think the only people who have money are my sisters and I, Bildrath, and the burgomaster. And no one's kidnapping me and my sisters, and no one's going to mess with Bildrath when he has that muscle-headed monster running around. Be fair, things have sounded like they're being pretty interesting over at the burgomaster's mansion. Though I've been told you probably just shouldn't go over there. Looks a little... That side of town's looking a little rough lately."
Alright, thank you.
Let me ask you one more question, if you don't mind. And I kind of wave to the bartender to get a drink for her, so I could leave. I noticed there's a lot of windows that are boarded up. What has happened? Why the need of boarding up the windows?
She motions the bartender to bring her over a glass of wine regardless, and she swirls it around and shrugs and says, "Well, when some houses are being attacked by wolves at night, and vampires, other monsters, people get fearful. They board up their windows, make sure nothing gets in. After all, people have a right to be afraid of things, especially when the church doesn't do much about it. She takes a long drink of her wine. I mean, that's if you're of a mind to be afraid.
Well, if I believe everything, which I'm almost weird for saying that I am, but if I believe everything right now, I will say this. Something is going wrong here. And I don't know, it'd be one thing to have one person lose their child and grieve, and eventually they would get over it. But everybody grieves different. It sounds like she's been grieving for much longer than she needs to. But I think there's reason to suspect that there's something more at play.
She shrugs.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Be sure to stop by for another drink sometime. Or for most of the evening.
Thank you. I'll consider that. I gotta turn to the party. I think I know where we need to go next. If you guys want to go to the Burgermeister's house.
I will point out as you turn around, it's only you and me standing here.
God, yeah, that's happening over there.
I'm like, where's...
I'm pretty sure Yordle took Stitch to go get his money back from that lady.
I'll be fair, it's not much of a fight. She didn't touch it.
Well, it's on the way, I suppose.
Yep.
Well, Alstok, I think what we should do is probably look into visiting the Burgermeister's house. There's something wrong there, and I'm not sure what it is, but there's some connection between him looking for Mary's daughter. Gertrude, was it?
Gertruda.
Gertruda.
It's a very unique name.
I'm gonna write that down. Gertruda.
I'm not saying you're incorrect in assuming this or that we shouldn't do so, but this seems like a pretty nice
Actually,
town.
let me fix that. She is a teenager. Gertruda is a teenager.
Oh, that is okay.
Wild, reckless youth breaking out of their houses and running off. Hell knows what.
Now I feel bad because I'm going to take the money back, and I actually am okay with her using that to find a teenager. When you say teenager, you mean like 14 or 19? Like, there's a big difference in...
So it does not give you an exact age. It just states that she's a teenager. I would say old enough to be in that rebellious phase. 16 and up.
So when
Yeah, that's not...
when she was mentioning that she's a grown-ass woman, like, leaving in the night, did she mean to say that?
Oh, she thinks it.
Okay. I just didn't know if that was needed a retcon of that or whatever.
Yeah, I would say retcon it, saying that, like, she looks old enough to her. She's not a child.
Old enough to have made a conscious decision, in her opinion.
Wow, that's some toxic behavior there, Tiny.
Old enough to know better. But yeah, so you guys scurry your way down to the Burgomaster's mansion?
Yeah.
Scamper.
I think something's wrong here. I'm not sure what it is, but
Scamper.
it ain't right.
I am in agreement with you. I don't know how much I care, but I will come with.
I appreciate it. But if there's anything with what the fortune teller gave us last night, it's got something to do with that.
I love goddamn Ashtag. Just my spidey senses are tingling, but do I care?
Oh yeah, y'all swing by Mary's place to pick up the gremlins. Mary didn't stop you from taking the money back. She doesn't seem to notice you're even there. She is so sad.
Has she eaten anything?
Probably not.
Oddly easy, Yordle. Should we be doing this?
I mean, the fortune teller did tell me to stab somebody. I don't know. This doesn't feel like the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, the
Yeah.
Otsuk and Coco come by, and scoop you guys up, saying, "Hey, we're gonna go to this guy's house."
In less words, because I'm more pissed. Yay, get back here.
Bad gremlins, bad.
Gremlins.
You can't be saying that word. They're called goblins.
Gablins.
As soon as Coco's not looking and we're on the way, I say good job to both you and hand Yordle bread, and I give Stitch another 5 gold.
Wait, is it actual bread?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
shit, yeah.
Yay.
You were hiding that from me?
It's my bread.
What, that
don't
I
worry
still
about
had bread?
No, that you did that kind of like on the sly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sneaky. But yeah.
Wait, hold on, let me- Yeah, I don't know shit.
No. Otsuk.
Great, now I'm gonna have you actually roll.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, no, you see it. You see Otsuk rewarding the gremlins for gremlin behavior.
Here, wait, I want a sleight of hand.
I don't
that
see
away from
anything,
him.
When you're choosing, y'all suck. At a 10.
It gives-
10s across the board.
Everyone has benefits
Average.
except the dude who rolled the highest.
You roll average.
I literally just watched you guys do a fucking secret handshake of fucking bread and gold,
And
and
coin.
I don't fucking go. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just beyond the point of caring at this point. But yeah, Coco leads the march to the Burgomaster's mansion, the rest of you being gremlins all along the way. Now I get to describe this place.
Yeah.
So, as you approach, a weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all around the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish off the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor shard of glass stands in any window. All of the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen.
Nope.
Yordle. Put me down before you flee.
Put me down! The boss is in danger!
No, I don't think so. I need a tail gunner. I don't want to.
I don't know what that means, and I'm more useful if I'm on my own feet.
Okay. I'll put Gary down.
I kind of walk up to the door.
Yeah.
And take a deep breath. And I knock on the door.
Alright.
My god, I'm so done today. I'm just trying to hide behind Yordle if Yordle's staying around, just like
Jesus.
to be not noticeable, but it doesn't matter.
Alrighty. For all intents and purposes, you knock on the door and it cracks a little bit. For opening a bit more upon seeing Coco at the door, it is Ismark. Ismark looks to you and is like, "Oh, you guys, hey, you're back. Welcome back to Barovia Village. I hope you're. Did you got? You were here just yesterday."
Yeah. Yeah, we were just here yesterday. I know it's weird. Hey, time and everything, right?
Yeah.
Question for you. questions for you. If you have the time, if this is a good time for you.
Yeah? What's up? Come on, how about you all come inside? The way,
Yeah.
just gonna set this here. Oh, nope. Come on now. I wanted this as an image. Why are you so rude? Rude. Why are y'all like this? Take it to the library.
Because I just learned from the gremlins.
The Gromlins.
The Gromlins.
I suppose I'll head inside too.
Yay! I like people who come with me on adventures.
Yay, friendship.
And my muscles grew 2
Oh,
sizes.
yeah, there's
today.
his mark.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Okay, he should be visible now. So that's his mark.
His mark, the blesser,
The lesser.
the successor.
But yeah, Ismark invites you inside to his humble abode. Pardon me, I'm gonna scoodle around. Oh my goodness. The scroll wheel on my... Sorry, I'm trying to get the inside of the mansion's description, but for some reason, it's being a turd. Ah! Entering the mansion. So, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixture shows signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are boarded up windows and the presence of a holy symbol in every room. The burgomaster is in the side drawing room, lying in a simple wood coffin, surrounded by wilting flowers and the faint odor of decay. Ismark walks you on past it and scoots a chair away from the one of the doors to offer each of you a seat.
I sit down.
Yeah, I'll sit down too.
But yeah, he asks what brings you guys back here.
Actually, we been told some things and wanted to investigate something before we actually got too far away. That conversation we had yesterday regarding Mary and Gertruda.
Oh, did you hear any good news? Like, any good news about where Gertruda went?
No, unfortunately, I haven't. But she's apparently a key to something that is much more than that. I think you're right, and someone did, in fact, kidnap her, but it was under different pretenses. She may have been convinced or maybe persuaded to leave.
He frowns at that and nods, looking down at his hands. He's like, well, it has been of a concern lately. And he looks around to make sure that he hopefully can trust all of you. But he lets you know, as of late, since before my father's passing, he motions to the corpse in the box on the floor. Since before my father's passing, we've been besieged by horrible monsters, and I fear that my sister Irina may be the next to be taken. If what you say is true, then more likely than not, Gertruda may have been also taken by the devil Strahd.
Where's your sister now?
Devil?
He looked at you and he's like, she's currently resting upstairs. It was a very rough night last night. Every night we've been besieged by all manner of creature, and we have to hold her to our best ability. Though I fear it's not going to be safe here much longer for her.
Were you gonna say something, Stitch?
Curious about what was it? Devils now too? In these lands?
He nods and says, "It's not something you say in polite company, but many, at least here, know of the lord of this land as the Devil Straud von Zarovich. He rules the land with an iron fist and has taken some interest in my sister. I fear he's been visiting her in the nights and she's in danger. It wouldn't be the first time a young woman has been taken."
Who's been assisting you with fighting off these devils?
Well, it's mostly been Irina and myself. We've placed holy symbols in the rooms and boarded up all of the entrances as best we can, but you saw what they've been able to do outside.
I have. What's the story of your and I point to the pine box.
He sighs, and it's fairly heavy with mourning. My father was a good man. He led the village for as long as he could and did his best by the people. But once once Lord von Zarovich took notice to my sister, there was nothing to be done. Once this creature started besieging our house again and again and again, father's heart simply could no longer take it.
So this is recent.
Fairly so. And sad to say, I haven't been able to convince any of the locals to help me bring his body to the church to have it buried. Everyone's far too afraid of getting involved.
Just to bury one's own burgomaster of this town?
You underestimate how afraid many of the people here are. The lord of this land is quite powerful, and many fear of drawing his ire. And I cannot blame them. So they refuse to give me aid, thinking that showing me kindness will make them a target as well.
But is he not still just one man? Why such fear? Someone just go stop him if it's this much of an issue.
Some have tried. As I've heard, from what I've seen in these attacks, the beasts of the land bow to his will. Monsters of rotted flesh march on his behalf. It's not just simply the power of one man, he's a monster.
Sure, but you're not really listing anything special here, and I will suddenly reach into my bag and pull out my defender and set him next to us.
Little guy.
Little guy.
Little guy.
I mean, flesh, bone, it's no different than anything else. It answers to those who work with it.
And there is no one within this village that does. Power like that is not common in this land, and strangely enough, it's strange to see you be able to do it as well.
Sure, but you're fearing the unknown. Like, I can't pick up a sword and shield and fight all day. That is unknown to me, but I don't fear the fact of those who do.
What I fear is these creatures slaying myself and taking my sister. That is a reasonable fear. I do not want her to come to harm, and I do not want her to be taken by that monster. What I fear is losing what little I have left. Right now, my concerns lie in getting my father put to rest and making sure my sister is safe. The monsters outside, I could try to fight them, I could stand and fight them, but if I fall, who would protect her? As he says that, you hear footfalls on the stairs above you, and, let me scooch up to a better description. You see a striking young woman with auburn hair. She looks at you, the group of you, and before stating to her brother, I can defend myself, thank you, and proceeds to make her way down the stairs to greet all of you. Let me find her image, because she's cool and I like her.
She's a 10, but Straud wants to hit that.
Yes, that's kind of the problem. Oh, there she is.
At least
hope
one of
she's,
the people
like,
in this
12.
house can make sense.
I hope she's 12 just so Cece feels awkward. Damn!
Yeah, there's Irina Kolyana. But yeah, no, it's weird because they list her as, like, they show her off in this breastplate with this badass sword. I don't think her stat block states her armor is that cool.
Is she even that
Did we not
class?
sell little guy to protect her?
Pardon me.
I mean, she did just say that she doesn't need protection. Did
But
nobody
if
hear
it would
her
put
announce
her
that?
brother at ease, could we not sell this home a little guy? We are merchants, are we not?
I don't see why not.
A little guy.
Oh yeah, sorry, we're talking about you without like addressing you. We see you in the room. Hi. Yordle's just gonna wave to her.
Coco's
But yeah.
actually taken aback on that statement. Holy shit.
But yeah, Irina looks over to the group of you. She gives a polite nod, and she introduces herself, and she says, "My name is Irina Kolyana. I'm thankful to you for discussing with this issue with my brother. It's been weighing heavily on him. But I promise I would not let my brother fight alone. That wouldn't be right." She gives him a look like, "You little bitch. I would not let you just go out there and die by yourself."
Have they only attacked you at night?
She nods and says, "Of course. His army only approaches at night, and he himself only ever approaches at night. I believe I've only seen him a couple times before my brother took notice. He has a weird power about him, I will say that."
Then I think then it's a good time for a good day for a funeral.
By the way, Tidy, speaking of which, I wanted to see, is a 22 strong enough or enough to lift it, the box?
Let me pull up the
That
deeds
box,
of
holy
this.
shit.
When you guys were talking, I was trying to lift it to see if I could pick it up.
Let me see. I don't know if there's actually, like...
Well, I mean, how long has he been in here? I kind of came in at, I don't know when.
He's been here for a while.
So he's...
There is a smell.
Oh, so he's already decomposed a bit. That means he weighs less.
Or is just slightly soupy.
Yeah, that soup weighs less.
Soupy humans.
I just gotta drain it a little and then it'll be even lighter.
Brianna, what's your strength?
17.
I mean, okay, so off of base, like, weight,
Oh, well,
a heavy load for you is up to 260 pounds.
Oh, he has been dead for 3 days.
Oh, yeah, no, he's not soupy then. He's just bloated. So he might weigh a little less because the gas build up, but, like, he still weighs roughly the same as he did when he was alive. I lived next to a corpse farm for a while, and I learned just a few things. Nothing suspicious about what I know.
Pardon me, I'm reiterating through this one section because I don't think it actually mentions anything about, like, the whole ordeal of carrying the body.
Did I break the module?
But yeah, Irina thanks you for your offer to help bring her father to the graveyard. She says it would be of great help, and it would put her mind at ease to put him to rest.
That'll be 2 big hits.
Fuck it.
I mean, have burial preparations been done, or has he literally just been laying here since?
Roll perception.
I mean, you guys probably have family plots.
Oh, no, that coffin looks completely up to code. Yordle! Fucking really. Yordle, you notice that the coffin has been patched together, from various pieces of wood found around the house. It's not up to code. This is not a normal coffin. This is cobbled together by a couple of nobles who have never done carpentry in their entire lives.
Oh,
Yordle, will you relay this information to me or not?
I'm debating if Yoda will care, because, like...
Oh
he
yeah,
hangs out with
Irina's-
homeless and vagrants. This might be up to code in his brain.
Oh yeah, Irina sighs and says, "We haven't been able to take him to the church to receive his rites and to be put into the ground. That is what needs to be done. We can't... Father Donovich hasn't left the church in, like, a long time. So, he
You know,
won't come
Father-
here, and we can't get anyone else to help bring Father there."
Was your father a heavily religious man?
Well, of course,
Oh, fuck.
we all worship the Morning Lord. He blesses us and protects us.
Do you have a basement?
No.
Do you have a spare room? Perhaps
Why are you
his old room.
asking?
Because I could offer to do funeral rites in the place, and then we could just bring him there and bury the body.
I mean, we could just take him to the church and let Father Donovich take care of it.
Will this make it to Father Donovich's house? Because, like, it's a little shoddy. Very poor quality. Did you buy it from a homeless man?
Irina huffs and says, "We did what we could with what we had.
Oh.
And I am offering to do the same.
The nearest coffin maker is all the way over in Valaki, and I've told Ismark I'm not going there until Father is put to rest."
That seems like a terrible, like,
Exactly.
business.
So
Yeah, no, people die everywhere.
if this works for you, I can conduct things here. We can bring him over, bury him, and the whole process can be taken care of in a much more expedited pace.
Why can't we just take him there?
I think they have their own right to say how they want their father prepared.
Wait, who is this guy?
I'm going to angrily leave.
Oh, okay. Do I follow? And I just
Like, he
like
has to
you
go
with
to
the
the-
box.
Irina just kind of stares. She's like, he has to go to the like he has to be buried over there either way. The church and the graveyard are like right next to each other. They're literally neighbors.
Why?
Like, it's on the same property and everything.
Oh, wait, where is the church in relative to the map?
North, you know, that building with the graveyard sticking out the back.
There's a graveyard?
Mm-hmm.
North. Oh, shit.
That's too many extra
Okay.
things.
And where did she say the coffin maker was?
In Valaki.
In another town.
In that other town that you could have gone to.
Could have
Yeah.
brought a coffin maker. God.
Like a 20-something mile away town.
I'm sorry about your guys' loss. If I would have known, we would have brought a coffin maker. Or, like, gifts. Sorry.
But yeah,
guess I walk out and start heading towards the church, I guess, since...
Did you just yoink the man? Yes, you did. You yoinked the man. You just grab the coffin, pick it up, and you start marching your way over to the church, and they just shrug and they follow you because, hey, they're getting what they want very efficiently. So yeah, they follow you along all the way north to the church.
Okay.
Wait, the man or the man and the casket?
I picked up
Apparently
the
Yordle
box.
has everything.
Yordle just grabbed everything needed for this burial.
I mean, you put him in the box. If it holds up, it's as good as anything else.
I mean, worst case scenario, the box breaks and then I just drag him.
Yeah,
I really hope you don't.
I hope
yeah.
it does.
You guys make your way over to the church.
Take me
own
to
little-
church.
Has its own little freaking swale. I'm gonna use this because it's a little easier.
I think Stitch would just kind of be as close to Yordle as possible while not getting in the way. And
Under the
continually debating jumping onto the coffin to get, like, carried along.
lazy little gun.
Oh, you better believe
Jump
it.
on the coffin and go straight through.
There is a point where you have to go slightly uphill, so it's not. It's a walk. But yeah, you guys make it to the church. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sacking edifice of stone and wood. The church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries, on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and flickering light shines through the holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against its load. Poor rafters.
Load.
Dealing with that fat roof. But yeah, as you guys approach the doors, the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Familiar.
You guys aren't burning your town correctly.
I thought that you said they were only attacking your house.
He sighs and says, "The church has been targeted on and off for generations. It's a place of holy power, and it's supposed to be a sign of good and faith. Of course it'd be targeted by evil forces. But Father
You
Donovich
think-
has held up fairly well through my entire life."
Well, let's see if Father Donovan's even here.
Gonna kick the door, just knock.
Knock, knock. But yeah, after a short time, an older man, answers the door. Let me go frickin' find this old man.
Delivery.
Open
UPS.
delivery.
Oh, there he is. Yep. Oh wait, no, I don't want that as a token. Why does it want to keep being a token? Do I just need to click it? Move it to the library, maybe?
Well, the one you put out earlier was a handout. I don't know if that affects.
Oh, no. It should be... there it is. Show. Oh yes, this man.
Oh God.
I mean, he's got a look about him.
Mm-hmm. Most of the characters in this module have a look about them.
You scared
And
me. You're so pale and pasty. I've seen glue darker than him.
But yeah,
Shit.
the door's open and the priest looks out at all of you and blinks as if a little bit surprised to see you there. But he says, "Oh, hello. What can I help you all with?" He sees the coffin. Oh no. But
Oh,
yeah,
don't worry. This guy's dead.
I thought you were gonna tell him it was his bed.
See, he doesn't even want to do his job.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's more the fact that there's just many people. But yeah, he rushes to usher you all in to the main hall to bring the coffin inside.
Okay, and I carry it to.
Alrighty.
Just kind of
So,
wonder.
the doors swing open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within. Well, that was Father Donovich's introduction, but you all knocked on the door like polite people and didn't just bust in on him.
Polite
But
people
yeah,
like kick the door.
in the background, you do hear inhuman screams from beneath the floorboards.
Nope.
Is this going to be a reoccurring thing with Yarnall? It's just nope.
Well,
Nope, gotta go. Sorry.
Just mid drops the coffin as he's walking in, turns around and walks out.
Hey, Father Donovan, you busy?
Don't mind that. It's my son. He's quite unwell.
Hmm.
Can you tell me the tale about your son?
Can I roll for insight on that?
Give me one moment. He's trying to gather himself. Could you please place the burgomaster, Mr. Klyanovich, at the altar, please, and I will do his final rites.
How close is the altar to that sound?
The sound permeates the entire church. It's coming from underneath the floorboards, so you may be safe.
Ugh.
Here to chill.
There's not enough yeast in the world for this. Okay, I'm just gonna go and Joe put it where he suggested.
Before regaling you with any stories, Father Donovich goes about the process of reciting prayers and going about the process of praying for the burgomaster's soul in hopes that it will not be lost or tormented by any evils. Once he's done the prayers and rites, he looks to the group of you and asks politely if you could help him bring the coffin out to the graveyard, and they'll work on digging the grave.
Do I need to make another strength check for this? Or?
No, I'm not gonna make you rolled a 22. You're fine. You can lift this thing without too many problems, apparently.
Okay. just pick it up and quickly leave the building.
Cool beans. Y'all, as you leave the building, the sound of the screaming begins to become less unbearably loud. Pardon me, I'm screaming.
Wait,
my
can you
way.
say that again?
Oh yeah, you leave the house, you leave the church, and the screaming isn't as loud now because you're outside.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
But yeah, you guys make your way around back to the cemetery. A fence of wrought iron with rusty gate encloses a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church. Tightly packed gravestones, shrouded by fog, bear the names of souls long past. All seems quiet.
I'm going to be angrily muttering to myself this entire time about how they're doing everything wrong and haven't even prepared the body to be put on the ground, and it's just going to cause more headache.
We get it. You have a hobby. Calm down.
But yeah, Father Donovich, as well as Ismark, and Irina, because she refuses to not be involved, they pick up shovels and begin digging the grave by themselves.
I'm holding a box. I don't know.
You are doing work here.
Stitch is just gonna stand awkwardly close to them and just like intensely stare at what they're doing. Not saying a word, just like.
This is interesting.
Human's digging.
Well, yeah, the digging takes quite a while with just the 3 of them, but once they get a hole that they hope is appropriately deep, they proceed to lower the burgomaster into the hole and cover him with the dirt, while the priest proceeds to go through another round of prayers.
Kind of edge over to Asta, kind of like, so how would you normally do this?
That is probably more detailed than you want to know. But it's no wonder that they have wolves and other wild animals attacking their town every night if this is how they handle things.
Yep. Burn the body. Always burn it.
Like that. I hear that from Yordle. I just, Jesus. Do
Coming
they
from
need
a
to be burying it deeper, or what do they need to be doing?
Alright, well think of all the things that could go wrong here. You have a body that you put in the ground. Well, that's a great way to bring wolves, other wildlife, which then feel threatened in a space they're not used to, and attack the living people nearby. You're in an area where people are talking of all these horrors of the world and other things, creatures of the night and out in the woods. Who's to say there aren't raising of the undead? Well, you leave bodies like this, and they're perfect specimens to be raised, to use a whole army to attack the living. You need to take steps here to mitigate some of these problems.
That and flooding. Occasionally you'll get a corpse that just kind of floats into your window, and you're just like eating pie, and they'll say, "Oh, look, there's Grandpa."
Or that, I suppose.
Oh, that's delightful. Oh yeah, once the sad funeral has been completed and the burgomaster is now safely in the ground,
Why'd you say it like that?
well, Utsuk has given me some things to consider.
See, you see the thing here, if you remove the skeleton when they raise dead on them, it's a very useless pile that they just brought back to life.
I mean, a skeleton is still concerning.
By the way,
Well, I'm not saying the skeleton's in the ground.
I love
I
this.
said I
like that may be
removed the
sacrilegious.
skeleton.
But yeah, Irina approaches you and thanks you again for helping to bring her father back, to bring him to a place where he can receive his rest.
For now.
But yeah, Father Donovich sighs and kind of straightens out his back. He's a little too old for this shit. Probably should find somebody to be a grave digger, but town full of superstitious ninnies. You ain't gonna find one of those. But yeah, the priest begins to waddle his way out of the graveyard and back around to the front door.
Were we supposed to follow him? He kind of just left us here.
Yeah.
The Yordle says that very loudly.
I thought he was gonna say some words here.
I know.
Oh no, he did the prayers and buried the body got buried and everything's done. The burgomaster has been laid to rest.
Yep, he's just real bad at his job.
I mean, he's a priest in a backwater, vaguely European town.
I mean, have some pride in your work at least. If nothing else, all you do is sit around all day lighting candles and muttering stuff. Anyways, alright, see you guys. And I'll be gonna pat the burgomaster on the back and walk away. Enjoy your grieving. Leave.
But yeah, Ismark kind of... Are all of you just walking away from all this?
Still there. I'm not sure what to exactly do.
But yeah, Father Donovich, he's at least going to make it back around to the front of the church. And Irina and Ismark follow him because no one wants to just hang around in a graveyard. Sadly, the siblings have had a few days alone with their father to mourn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Jeez,
yeah,
these people making assumptions. Just no one wants to hang out alone in a graveyard.
I know, it's very nice. I lost my virginity in a graveyard.
What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it. But yeah, Father Donovan also thanks you for your assistance with moving the casket. Mentions that his old bones aren't really as able to do these sort of things as they used to. But yeah, he nods and thanks all of you and says a brief prayer for your guys' safety, and takes to hobble his way back inside. Where upon opening the door slightly, you can still hear the unearthly screaming.
Every door.
I kind of turned to Oscar. Do we leave that be?
Not the capture. It's not a kidnapped kid. At least, not in the sense of what we're looking for.
I mean, would he mention
It didn't sound
he doesn't
like a
have a...
female's voice, right?
No, I mean, it didn't sound human.
Donovan shuts the door. I ask Ostic the question afterwards. It gets the better of me. I go and knock on the door.
You hear, like, there's a moment of awkwardness. Like, you can feel it in the air before Father Donovich opens the door again. He's like, hello again.
Hi. Can we talk?
Of course. He opens the door back up so you guys can come in again.
I don't know if anybody else wants to come in with me, but
I'll
I at least
join
would.
you.
Ugh, fine.
Otsuka just wants to judge the priest more.
If Ashtok goes in, I have to go in.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So yeah, you guys are led back inside the church, and he offers you a pew to hang out on, if you want one.
Sorry, Father Don. I'm in the process of kind of handing out benevolence today. What's going on with, well, that, as I'm referring to the screaming?
Oh, it's nothing for you to worry about. My son is just very, very ill, and he's currently, being, quarantined from the rest of the village to make sure that no one else catches his illness.
Donovan, are you aware of another individual who might be crying? How long has this been going on? That he's been like this?
Well, that was a
Screaming,
very
hollering.
impressive stealth. You're wearing heavy armor?
I don't know why it did that. I should have medium armor on. I don't know why it rolled for heavy.
Weird. Still really good rolls, so I guess that's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna sneak past and downstairs.
Okay, you go to find the way downstairs. Let me make sure I've got the map for the... Is there a church? Come here, church map. We're gonna click out there.
Do I see this happen?
You wanna roll I don't think your passive perception's high enough to catch that.
It's not.
There.
Actually,
Church.
no.
Church.
It's not.
There's the church.
The church.
The church.
Actually, I cannot perceive Ostuk.
Ostuk is a creature.
Even if I max rolled, I wouldn't be able to perceive him. Them.
It.
Hey, place yourselves on this thing.
Where? He said he offered a pew. There's no place.
I mean, there's part of some.
I'm gonna sit on the splinter. My ass really needs the acupuncture.
Acupuncture.
Where would you say the basement is?
That is the thing. You did not see any stairs leading down on your way in.
Characters again?
You go to your little character thing on the left, or on the right, and then you pull your character off and stick it somewhere.
Ashtuk, where were you before you left?
I mean, I would have walked into the general space.
Okay, because I would
So-
think Yordle would try to position himself between you and the old man.
So probably here-ish.
Okay, I'll be
Stop
right
Oshtuk
here
from
then.
stop Oshtuk from like throttling the man for his teeth and his death
Oh no, I
practices.
don't care about that. I just care if the old man tries to do anything.
That's fair.
I'll try to remove sunscreen from one of us.
There you go, Coco. There's a Coco.
Oh, this guy here.
Yep. Is Stitch in here? I'm guessing so.
Is Rat awake?
I'm just gonna plop Stitch down there.
Like,
Or
Shade, is Rat legit awake right now?
I don't know. I'd have to walk to the other room to check.
The other room.
Rat just went
God.
silent a while ago.
Very quiet, very sleepy.
And
I mean, it is almost midnight, so
Yeah,
might not.
we're talking about Rat. Rat's
Oh yeah,
not
I'm
even
an hour
saying
in the
anything.
future.
In the future.
In the future.
In the future.
But yeah. What were you asking? The priest? Oh, if there was any, if he
How-
knew about Mary and her screaming.
Yes. And how long has his kid been screaming?
The screaming child of screams. Scream. Pardon me, I'm checking the church's stuff again.
He screamed for he know better.
Oh yeah, we'll say Ismark and Irina came along with you. Because they wanted to ask the priest for advice anyway. See if I can fucking hunt down these tokens. Okay, Irina. Keep forgetting I can. Pardon me, I'm double checking. Where the fuck is the Ismark token?
No, still pressing? It was moving though. There you go. Suck it.
Neat. I can still hear the skull cat.
I know, I thought I heard Skullcat just say, it's cool, suck it. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on back there?
Okay, so matter context, matter thing. We got Five Guys last night, and we had shakes, but we didn't eat them yesterday, so we had them in the freezer. And so she's had her shake on the TV tray behind me, and I've been like taking it, and, like rubbing my hands on it to kind of like warm it and melt it a little bit, so she can drink it. And now it's to the point where you can actually move it, and it actually moves.
It's drinkable.
It's drinkable, and I said, "Yeah, go ahead, suck it."
I knew I heard it.
So,
Yep,
yeah, you
we
heard
did
it
not hear
correctly.
wrong.
There was
Alrighty.
There was Christian context to that.
Not on my Christian Minecraft server, you don't.
Oh,
But
God.
alrighty. So, you asked the priest if he knew about about Mary's situation. He sighs and says, "I have heard of the unfortunate situation with young Miss Gertruda. I've been praying for their safety ever since. But I promise you that has nothing to do with my son. He's simply very, very ill. And I'm looking for how long he's been sick for."
Sick cow.
Give me a second. I have to find the description text that explains things for me.
That's son? Yeah, he's just screaming because he's got pink eye.
Yeah, goddamn pink eyes.
Oh, he says it's been around a year that he's been unwell, but it's nothing for travelers to worry about. He doesn't want them to get infected.
Infected.
I mean, he's ill. He's sick.
Did say European times here, so that could mean literally anything.
Yeah.
Why is it that the town can't bring their burgomaster to the church to bury him? Why is it that the son and the daughter have to hold him at their house for so long? In fact, honestly, complete strangers have to lift and bring him here for you to perform these rites.
The priest looks at you, exhausted, and states, "If you want to go and ask everyone else themselves, you can. I sit here in prayer night and day, hoping to keep the monsters at bay, at least from my gate. As far as what others choose to do with their time and their lives, that's their decision."
I'm wondering why they're attacking your building versus... Like, I have an understanding as to why Ismark's being attacked.
The forces of
Why-
evil make their point to destroy all sources of good, all sources of faith, for they are a threat to his evil and his domain.
I understand that, but can you actually defend yourself here?
We have for generations.
Well, I really got nothing else really to say to this. I kind of look around to...
Oop. Oh yeah, as you're looking around, what's Utsuk doing?
Searching for a way to the basement.
Okay, pick a room.
I'll start with the one I'm standing at, I guess.
Okay, so that is A, B, C. Alrighty, so yeah, you open the door. They're not locked. Like the room's not locked itself, so you're able to get in pretty easy. An old desk and chair stand against the south wall, a wooden holy symbol mounted above them, a sunburst. A 10-foot-long iron rod attached to the north wall stands bare, suggesting a tapestry hung there. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors. So yeah, there's a desk and a cabinet, and where a tapestry used to be.
Okay. I guess I'll just move down to the next room.
Move your character.
Phase
Beans.
through walls.
Phase through a wall. Alrighty. Time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set to the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. A young man's screams of anguish can be heard through the door.
Alright. Well, that makes that easy, I guess.
Relatively so, yes.
Alright.
But yeah, well,
I assume the door will be locked.
Yes, there's a padlock, a chain and a padlock. You can even see it
Okay.
right there. It's so cute. Look at that little padlock.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna start spending some time using magical tinkering to create a key for that lock.
Can you? Magical tinkering is wild.
If as long as it's like a regular lock, I can. It'll just take some time.
Cool beans. While you're taking that time, the others are hanging out in the church with Father Donovich. Um, Once you're done with your line of questions for the priest looks over to Ismark and Irina and says, "So the attacks haven't gotten any better." Uh, Ismark responds by saying, "No, they haven't. I'm planning to have Irina taken to Valaki as soon as possible. Their walls are fortified. They should be able to help to protect her there." The priest pauses and shakes his head and he says, "It may be best to take her even further, over to Kresik and to the Abbey or St. Markovia. That place should be blessed properly and fully safe. And far enough away from the eyes of the Lord, too. Or far enough away from the eyes of the Devil's Straud to keep her safe." Do y'all have any thoughts or opinions on this list
I
of
do.
places?
Yeah, actually, where did you just say that's far away from? Where is that at?
The Abbey of St. Markovia. It's a holy site. That was created by one of our saints. It should be well guarded and blessed ground. It should be safe for her to be there.
How far is that from here?
Well, it's across Barovia, so it's on the other side, at the opposite end of the land. Uh, well beyond Valaki. He states that he has not actually made the trip himself, that his father told him stories of the wonders of St. Markovia as when he was a lad. But he knows the place. He knows the place exists. It is near the village of Kresik. It's a huge abbey. It should be safe and blessed.
Well, you guys seem to need to go traveling to that area, and we're heading to Valaki, right? No,
Valaki.
Valaki.
It could be Valaki for all I know.
We're heading to Valaki next after this. We still, I guess, would still want to look into finding Gertruda. But I think the answers for that might be there.
Irina says, "We'd be happy to come along with you. It is safe. There is safety in numbers, of course."
Yeah, and unfortunately, Burgermeister, if you stay in the house for much longer, it's only going to, well, there's only so much the house will be able to do.
Ismark
Has some strength. What's that?
Ismark nods. He agrees with you. I wouldn't dare to let my sister travel alone anyway. Even with your assistance, I'd feel much more at ease taking her there myself as well. So I'll be traveling with you.
Yeah. Permitted, we have our own goals in mind to take care of things, but we'll make do what we can and enjoy the company and make do what we have.
Yes.
I mean, unless I kind of turn to Yordle and Stitch, or just Yordle at the moment. If you guys have anything to say about it.
No.
All right. Kind of look around.
And I'm gonna like try to gesture like don't mention anything.
Yeah. So, Donovic, do you
Have
is
it
there
bred.
no good woodworkers here? Is there no good woodworkers here to make caskets?
Other Donovich sizes is. Um, it's quite frequent that people make their own coffins. Going all the way to Valaki for the coffin maker is quite a trip, and also quite dangerous. We have a few people who are capable of making simple coffins, after all, but usually anything much better, we'd have to have it brought. And that would involve either asking the Vistani to bring it with us, which would incur a great cost, or having someone make the trip themselves, which could take some time and is, again, quite dangerous.
I see. Um. Cool. Yeah. Yodel, do you have anything to add?
By the way, Tony, at this point, we're just trying to distract him. I'm trying to distract him until I hear otherwise.
I think we've hit a solid, probably a good chilling point,
Yeah.
because it's about midnight for the majority of the group,
Yeah.
and I think Ratty has passed Oot.
Oh no, Rat's
In the
here.
boot.
She's saying something that her mic isn't being picked up well.
Oh no!
Aw.
I
Yeah.
heard it. I heard it.
Literally, when you guys asked if I was still here, I said something and no one reacted,
We
so
couldn't
I
hear
don't know what's
you.
going on.
We hear you now.
Yes.
Cool.
Alrighty, so we're stopping off at this point where Coco has invited Ismark and Irina to travel to Valaki with you guys, and Otsuk is getting nosy and going to break into this guy's basement where all the screaming's coming from. So we'll get to deal with that next session.
All right.
Well, I guess if it's possible, I was under the impression you were asleep, Rat. Did you have anything to ask or say about anything that was happening there?
I
Oh,
mean, when we got dragged outside of the church, I was gonna snoop around the church, but that time definitely passed, so.
Otsuk's still snooping around the church.
I mean, if you want, I will. If you want to, like,
You could be snooping with me.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's fine.
it's fine.
Okay.
Gotta protect your boss. I did grab the right one, right?
Did.
I think I
Think
did.
so? No.
Yeah, I grabbed the right
Yeah.
one.
Yay.
Yay!
Cool.
I forgot the church music is very creepy.
This
Ominous.
is bad church
It's
music.
very ominous.
But yeah, so next time we will see what's in the priest's basement, and y'all will make your trip to
Right.
Valaki if you survive what's in the priest's basement.
That phrasing makes me really uncomfortable.
I'm not. I said no.
And I'm doing my job correctly. Thank you.
Nobody said listen. No. But all right, I'm gonna end my stream. What about you, Tiny? Are you gonna keep going?
Ah, no, I'm ending my stream. Hi, Joe.
All right. Anybody want to? Actually, Tiny, why don't you go ahead and say something on for my stream? Like, you doing anything? Or you want to?
Oh yeah, we're still we're pulling money for the American Heart Association. I am just very bad about mentioning that during stream. So if you want to donate to a good cause that helps with heart health, come on over, and we'll be running this donation for like all of spring. And then once we hit summer, it's time to be gay and do crimes for Pride Month. So we'll be rotating once it gets hot enough to be a problem. But yeah, that's all I'm doing right now. I believe the only other thing going on is us trying to do this again next week, and I stream Mondays and Wednesdays as well. Sometimes on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I'm bored.
And you, CC?
I'm the GoCat 3020. I do things on Tuesdays and Thursdays. People vote for stuff on Tuesdays, and I play Tekken on Thursdays. I do whatever I want on Saturdays, being that if I'm available, or if I do whatever. This tomorrow, actually, going to try to do a TIC day, and I'm going to actually start my campaign for the American Heart Association throughout the rest of the month. So we'll have that. And check out the Discord. I'm part of the fighting game community. I do commentary for fighting games like Tekken 8 and Street Fighter Third Strike. And that's me.
Okay, Rat.
I stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays in the morning time. And Rat Week is starting next Wednesday, so I don't have a schedule up yet because I'm waiting for my work schedule and starting to get a little stressed about it, but it'll be fine. We're doing Resident Evil 4 Remake for that. Otherwise, yeah, I've been doing a lot of really long narrative games lately. We just started Miles Morales Spider-Man on Wednesdays, so it's a fun time, mostly.
Nice. What about you, Shade? Are you able to plug yet or no?
Are you up to shenanigans?
As soon as I'm able to. We'll see. Hopefully soon. Hopefully maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Getting something to work for streaming is such a shot in the dark at the moment. So.
No worries. And I am Rion the Destroyer. Currently, I am playing Super Bunny Man on Mondays with Secret Horror for Partners in Crime. Fridays, I'm either doing D&D here or I'm going to be doing Helldivers because I am hopelessly addicted to that game at to an unnatural amount to the point where it's kind of turning sexual. Also, Saturdays, I am now doing Spider-Man for my month for that. I am doing the first one, and then hopefully I'll catch up to Rat for Miles Morales, and then I'll surpass Rat and go beyond my own natural well-being and do Spider-Man 2.
Beyond Morales.
Beyond the Rat.
Beyond the Morales Zone. I don't know, and if I beat all of that before my own anniversary event, I might try to play Spider-Man for like one of the older versions for the PS1. Which, oh, by the way, that reminds me, Rat, if you get part 2, one thing I'm gonna try to do for mine, and I don't know if you want to have fun with it, you can remove swing assist. So it swings more naturally, like in actual physics. So if you don't
You want me to vomit?
Yes. So if you don't swing properly, you could feck up your whole swing, and you also could turn on fall damage. So I'm gonna play it that way.
Do you want to try hard mode?
No. I hear what you're saying. No.
Yeah, no. I've been killed by a car and a helicopter. It's super fun.
And you're like, I want you to go into this hell.
I mean, 15 minutes is not bad in hell. You know, it's 15 minutes in hell. I've read Dante's Inferno. It's not that bad. You know. Hang out with tree people. Anyways, other than that, that's pretty much what I got going on. Thank you guys for watching us get harassed by Tiny.
Yay. I am probably going to raid over to against Tyler.
Okay, I'll raid with you then.
He's still got like 2 more hours on this 12-hour D&D stream to finish what they're doing. So I figure we'll yeet whoever's in stream right now over there.
How do you spell it? It's
UGH.
Oh, there it is.
Tyler.
I like how in unison it's
Tyler.
But yeah, let's get the raid at least like primed. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Me and Rion streamed the whole time. Good job.
Good job, guys. Good job.
And then we get to do it again next week, as long as I don't catch the freaking ick again, because I think we've missed like 2 to 3 sessions because I've just not been well.
I mean, like I said, I'm kind of okay with you being sick.
But just taking tiny baby breaks.
Yeah, playing Helldivers.
It's because Rion is addicted to Helldivers. That's the only reason he wants you to get sick.
I love that my health takes a backseat to Helldiver.
I must kill things for democracy.
Democracy?
Yeah, no. Democracy.
Rion?
What?
Maybe you need a glass of liver tea.
Okay, I'm writing out. Let's go give people this color.
Liver.
Oh.